but Neutrophil's in contact with him too.
Hell, it's about time.
We are taking it up a notch.
We drop the link saying we're live too.
That's the thing.
Yep.
They got you. So
It's each team has 1 point. Oh, my God. Oh,
10 workers still down.
I like the idea. That is a very saturated mineral. Oh, but it hits the overlord.
Yes, I've been practicing with those for the last week.
He's got his medication on hand. Oh, but he gets surrounded.
Oh, and he question marks him.
Oh.
DM's his friend. I like it. It's always fun when you play your friend.
Does he have another blink? Very very nice. Bruce does have enough to really take on this army. He just needs to blink on top of it. Finish off those cyclones.
Looks like he's mostly defensive looking. Oh, there
Yep,
we go.
there we
There
go.
we go.
There's this time. God, boy, very nice storm. Kills it.
He's gonna be hit. GG's. Oh,
Going straight for the workers. Huge economic damage. 24 workers going down.
Oh no, that's a bad storm. That he walked through all the Protoss units got stormed there. Very few of the
Because they're going to be taking on the 2-time world champion SirMalagant. He has come in with guns ablaze. That is currently 30 units. We have the GG. Okay, so the intro's going then?
I'll give you guys a heads up once we're actually live.
Guys, I think it's just me.
Oh yes, yeah, of course.
Well, KJ's hanging out though, so. Alright.
The audio is going through this stream, by the way.
Good try.
Okay, sorry, Alan. Done.
These didn't work. You know? Oh, you're not.
To a 2-0 victory over GG Izzy. GG's call.
We saw the 10, multiply there. We have the GG. Alright,
Great.
And we are live, Hyper Turtle.
We are, and I am rocking my FSL jersey right now. This is what it's all come down to. This is the championship for our FSL team league. It is my team of SpecialTactics versus PulledTheBoys, which have dominated the championships for the last few seasons here, with Neutrophil representing them as captain, and he's going to be doing the first 2 opening matches. This is multiple skill levels. There's usually a little bit of 2v2 mixed in, but not this time. And we're going to be doing a series of matches between similarly skilled players. And
Yeah.
each of those matches is going to be 2 maps. So they're going to have a chance to get 1 or 2 points for their team. And then the team with the most points at the end not only wins the series, but they get to be the FSL Season 11 champions. So, yep, and yes, very sophisticated. This is a product of KJ Freeedom and Storm Gaming. We go all out here, and I think our players deserve it. So, big thing I want you to know is that we had the first few matches yesterday, and currently my team of SpecialTactics is ahead 6-2. So PulledTheBoys is going to have to catch up. They have a total of 5 matches, so it is very much within the realm of possibility that they could overtake us. Nucleo, how you doing?
I'm doing great, yeah. Like you mentioned, PulledTheBoys is in a little bit of a rut right now, but when their back's against the wall, sometimes they can bring it back. I mean, they are the decorated team champions for the past 3 seasons, I think is accurate. Let's see if they can make it 4, or if you guys will finally unseat them.
All right, absolutely. Let us bring in our first 2 players. We got Cubano, and we have Neutrophil. Now, Neutrophil, you know, you have quite the pedigree with FSL. You were the Code S champion multiple times before this started focusing on Team League. Since we did start focusing on Team League, you have led your team to victory quite a few times here.
Yeah, excited for another finals.
Yep, yeah, I'm glad you're ready. If you are going to be working up on a deficit, so the comeback, it's going to start with you. Cubano, I know you had a bit of computer stuff. Were you able to transfer your mouse and keyboard to a nice new unit? You ready to go?
I'm ready to go. I'm playing from my work computer at work, so it's definitely going to be playing in my disadvantage, not playing with my original setup.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I think I won. Didn't I win?
You
I
did.
think it was a PvP.
Ouch.
That was a cool game.
That was a very cool game, yeah.
And you must have a really cool employer, because most of the places I'm worked at, they don't even let me visit sites that are about video games, much less play them there, so...
Yeah, I cannot complain. If you can play StarCraft at work, I mean...
Just imagine you queue. Imagine you queue and you get your manager.
Oh man, you know, memories of that famous episode of The Office that with the Kerrigan cosplay and the manager's son who was taking on one of the salesmen. So yeah, I like it. Did you bring your mouse and keyboard from home at least?
At least I did that, yes.
Yeah.
So that helps.
That was something I learned was a necessity the first time I had to use someone else's computer.
I should have bring my monitor too. I was talking to SgtABC. I'm like, I didn't think of that, you know?
SgtABC is the king of playing from makeshift locations. We'll be seeing him just a little bit later.
Yeah.
And yeah, if the manager has any questions, if he asks, this was a team building exercise, alright?
Team building exercise for sure.
Alright, well, we will get to it. This is going to be Terran versus Protoss. I know a lot has changed with that matchup.
Protoss versus Protoss, correct?
Toss versus... Neutrophil, you playing as Terran? I thought you were playing as random, actually.
Yeah, I'm playing Terran this match.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Alright, well, we will go ahead with it. Good luck to both of you, but especially Cubano, because I have a stake in that. Drinks on me if our team takes this home.
Alright, let's do it, baby.
Yeah!
Alright, GLHF players.
Okay, just like that, we are ready to go. Crazy GLHF. They were actually, as soon as they entered the lobby, wait, didn't we meet on ladder yesterday? And then a little wink. So yeah, he's got a bit of a psychological advantage with that, on top of the fact that his team is 4 wins ahead right now.
Yeah, it's definitely an uphill battle, and also Neutrophil playing his off race. So I don't know if that's going to make it more difficult for Neutrophil or if it's going to help him. Maybe he's not a fan of PvP. I don't really know.
You know, it's very interesting. Every time I see people, screaming about balance, all I can think about is the fact that the things I hate most are mirror matches. Alright, in the upper left is the green Protoss, and he calls himself
Cubano.
and he is representing the team of
SpecialTactics.
And in the bottom right, we have the orange Terran player this time. His name is
Neutrophil.
Alright, hurry up
And-
with the team name because I'm seeing a lot going on here.
PulledTheBoys.
And he's the captain of PulledTheBoys. Yes, there is a lot going on here. What is going on here?
Both of
Okay.
them sent a worker to the other side right away. We had the same idea. But it is Neutrophil who is building a barracks right in his opponent's natural. And sometimes the best place to hide a proxy is right in plain sight. It is very easy to move right past that little corner. In general, I mean, if you're the Terran, you're going to be looking in that area for pylons. I don't know if Cubano is really going to be making that spot a priority if he's looking for proxies.
So, I'm actually not sure if Cubano scouted this. I wasn't paying too much attention to his vision, but looking at it right now, he doesn't know that there's a proxy in his base.
Yeah,
well, now
like
he
I
does.
said, we had the same idea. So
Right, but like, how does he know like that he's getting proxied is my question.
Well, all right, now it is official. Now he has official.
Oh, I
knowledge.
guess I guess it wasn't in the
Pull-
base. It wasn't in the base.
The
Yeah.
boys captain is pulling the boys. Every SCV, except for a couple on gas. 3 of them on gas are on their way across the map. I don't know if Cubano is expecting this. He was able to eliminate that bunker, so that is a good start for him.
Yeah, these workers have nothing to lose but their chains, Hyper Turtle. Viva la revolution!
Proletariat! Proletariat! Alright, so this Reaper can, it can kite for days. Here come a lot of SCVs too. They have more health than the probes, although they don't automatically recover it. Here we go. Both teams have pulled the boys. We got... Is that... Yeah, there's still a Zealot. He's low on shield, but this is a bit of craziness here.
Oh, it definitely is.
And,
But
neither of them
so there's
right now.
There's a constant Reaper production out of this. I guess Neutrophil is just not floating that many resources since he pulled so many workers. But yeah, I think this is going to be a hold. What do you think?
As soon as he gets that stalker out, and he's also got a sentry too, so I think he just got this. As long as he has a ranged unit, if he doesn't, then that Reaper can basically kite for all eternity. Oh, boys going after the Reaper, managed to soften it up. It does escape again, but Neutrophil, 8 supply to 21. Reapers are slippery, but he has very little he can do right now. No minerals coming in, nothing but gas. And yeah, I think Cubano just took this.
Yeah, things are looking very dire here for Neutrophil.
GG's, plural. SpecialTactics. Now, how many? 4, 9. That's 18 matches. Is it, so I guess the first to 10 wins, right? I'm trying to do my math here, but math's hard.
Great minds think alike. I was going to proxy you too.
Oh, yeah. In the end, yeah, just the fact that he eliminated that bunker and saw the probe, head down, figured you were going to commit, LOL. Wasn't expecting a scout right after. Next map, by the way, will be at Eternity's Edge, and we will see whether the gameplay is that cheeky from both sides, or will it just be one cheeser? Will it be no cheesers? The cheese stands alone, ladies and gentlemen. And
so
yeah,
I
as
wonder...
they said, Cubano, that's his first FSL win.
Oh, yes, yeah. He debuted recently and had a little bit of a tough time, so that's got to feel good for Cubano right now. So one question I'm definitely going to have for Neutrophil is if he's playing Oh, okay, so now he's switching back to Protoss.
Mhm.
Okay. I was about to ask if he was
I
playing
think he
Terran
had that
because of the patch.
specific strategy. I think he was playing Terran specifically because he wanted to try Proxy Reaper one match. That's the
I
way
guess
it
so,
goes
yeah.
with those of us that refuse to commit to one race. Sometimes there's a specific thing we want to try in one of the matches.
That's fair.
And just a note, Neutrophil will be playing again the second match. We had a little bit of a late substitution that both teams agreed to.
Yeah. Should be a good one. He'll be playing against his brother, DarkMenace, previously also a PulledTheBoys
And
member.
then, yeah, we managed to get him there. We actually originally had him and we traded him because we wanted to have Bruce on our team. And yeah, I don't know. DarkMenace definitely made us regret that. In the upper left, we have the green Protoss up one map. He is Patreon. Will Neutrophil a better camera? Yeah, definitely. We do actually have a Patreon for Psystorm. All right, and he is playing for
SpecialTactics.
And in the bottom right, we have the orange Protoss player this time. His name is
Neutrophil.
And he is the team captain of
PulledTheBoys.
All right, Neutrophil, very comfortable with Protoss. Looking over the history, he was entered as random for the majority of the FSLs, but I think Protoss is the one he would generally pick if he did have a choice. And there was a bit more leniency on that back in the day. All right, 2 probes, bumping noses right at the Xel'Naga Watchtower, and then moving along.
Yeah, just kind of like those delivery robots. I don't know if you have them in your neighborhood. They just carry around the food. They look really cute. That's how I imagine probes nowadays.
I don't know about that. We did go to a Thai cafe that had sort of a waiter robot that was basically a bunch of shelves and sort of a digital cat face.
Yeah.
And a bunch of proximity sensors. So that was interesting. But yeah, I mean, what are probes if not delivery robots? They deliver the minerals, they deliver the gas, and they also deliver a tiny beacon, which is what those warp ends of structures are supposed to be drawn to.
They also deliver nightmares, Hyper Turtle.
They do, and I mean, I was getting to that too. People ask about what kind of genre I'd like to see StarCraft hit next, if not, first person or more shooter strategy. And I always thought it would just be brilliant if there was actually an augmented reality game where you're looking through your camera and you could actually cannon rush your own desk or your garden.
That would be fun. Like sort of an AR StarCraft.
Yeah, augmented reality. That's
okay.
what AR stands for. But yes, it's I know that they were working on some sort of augmented reality Warcraft game they ended up abandoning. But yeah, I think there's still some gas in the tank if you can actually build a town. Anyway, but yes, Cubano did take the first expansion. And at the moment, just moving along, Stargate tech from Neutrophil. Well, we're getting the Adepts out for our friend Cubano.
Yeah, Neutrophil opting to build but I guess it's going to be a temporary wall. I'm not entirely sure if he's going to let this finish.
I think he has just a little bit of trauma from the last time Adepts came into his base. And here we go, very, very cheeky. That is a hallucinated Oracle.
Yeah.
Yeah, just causing some disruption, leaving, and if it expires outside of vision, you might even leave Neutrophil thinking that it's just kind of hanging around, waiting for a chance to give it another shot.
Well, Neutrophil might have paid attention to the amount of damage the Oracle was taking.
He might have.
If he noticed it was taking more damage, then he definitely knows it was a hallucination. I'm not sure if he saw a sentry being produced by Cubano, but here's the real Oracle from Neutrophil, because he actually went Stargate.
Yep, the real thing. I do not think he gave it an energy overcharge, though.
He did not know.
So, yeah, so it's just going to be going out there, but here comes one Adept, and a hallucinated Phoenix, which I think is going to be a bit more obvious what it is. Alright, yeah, just being very cautious with that Oracle at the moment. Both of them are getting a few worker kills, and shield battery saving the life of the sentry.
Yeah, shield batteries are pretty great. That sentry would have been done for if not for that shield battery.
You want to go with the lore. Sentries, like probes and Colossus disruptors, they are robots. There is not a Protoss warrior stuffed in there like there is for an Immortal.
Yeah, Immortals are what, like dead stalkers, or how does that work?
They're crippled warriors. So basically,
okay.
Injured warriors. So basically, they're upgraded dragoons, whereas stalkers are like the essence of a Dark Templar that was transferred. So similar concept, just not a body inside of there, just kind of, a psionic
entity.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
So basically, it's possessed.
Basically,
okay.
I love that they actually put the little mask on the front of it, even though it isn't their real face. Just kind of tradition there.
Yeah, I think they even get like a little cloth covering for their face as well.
That's what I mean. The little ninja mask. I always found that so interesting with Dark Templar, because what are they covering? They're not covering the eyes, and that's the only feature on the entire face. They don't have a nose. They don't have a mouth. It's like, haha, now you don't know who I am.
And it is a little silly when you think about it.
You're invisible too. So there's my nitpicks, but yeah.
These are so many questions I have never thought about. Like,
welcome to my world. All right, Cubano is a little ahead in army supply, and those two stalkers are out on the other side of the map. So this attack could potentially do some damage, but there's no way to warp in additional units out there, and Neutrophil has the third now, or taken it anyway.
Yeah.
This has been like the ultimate hallucination game, just throwing in an Immortal for appearances.
Yeah, will Neutrophil decide to try to target it?
No,
I think, yeah, he actually was targeting it a little bit. He fell for it.
Again.
Yeah.
Battery does get in, though. That's to be a difference maker.
Yeah, I think he might even need a second one here, though. There's just so much DPS with Cubano's army.
Exactly, and here come the shades. Yeah, not quite a perfect force field, but I think Cubano's happy enough to let his adepts do the work while he depowers that battery.
Yeah, those Phoenix finally do come back from Neutrophil. He may use this to try to hold.
Yeah, and there, take a look at the other side. There is an Oracle doing some killing too, so both of them down quite a few workers.
A lot of workers killed from Neutrophil, actually.
Yep, 17 down. And I think he's going to complete the cleanup. Cubano's going to have to start warping more in and start replacing some of what he lost. Still,
yeah.
Taking a very long time to finish the cleanup.
Yeah, even so, even with all the workers killed here, it is still a very even game, no? Now Neutrophil does have the third base, so he is going to be able to catch up and widen the worker lead much faster.
Yeah. He did have to switch a lot of workers to his main for a while too, so Cubano, he has an opportunity to, just rebuild. I think in the end, they both ended up a bit even. Here comes the Oracle again, though. He's got 3 Stalkers degraded, and it goes down. To answer ZX Gaming's question, they do not have nipples. The official response for the whole thing with the cinematic Zeratul is those looked like nipples. They were actually just kind of marks on his body that were very oddly placed. So yes, officially they do not have anything that like that. In reality, just a memo that the people doing the in-game cinematics didn't quite get. But there is an official answer that they have given for that. Birthmarks, people, birthmarks. Not everything's a nipple, so get your head out.
Do these answers come out of the Blizzard Twitter or something? Like where do people respond to this?
The official forums in that case.
Okay.
As they were leading up to the release of Heart of the Swarm, they actually had a very long series of AMAs on the official forums. They covered some other even more bigger stuff, like why did Tychus not, why didn't Arcturus Minx stop them from doing that broadcast when they stole the Odin? Was the Overmind actually brave, or is that just kind of a matter of... Anyway, yeah. And unfortunately, they did not do anything. They did some, lower panels before Legacy of the Void. They never did anything after that, which is unfortunate because, boy, the epilogue had a lot of stuff they didn't explain or really flesh out. Here we go, though. Enough lore. We are heading to combat force fields and batteries. I love how much use Cubano is constantly making of his sentries.
So, I'm looking at this army, and Cubano is very adept heavy right now. He is using the shades to threaten repositions and threaten a lot of economic damage here, but I actually favor Neutrophil's army pretty greatly right now.
Right, it's the workers he wants to kill, but there's a lot defending them. There is a cannon here. A lot of the attacks the Adepts did make were wasted on the Immortal while his barrier was up.
Yeah, a lot of these Adepts also just going after the cannon a little bit there.
Right.
There are a few Stalkers left over here. They do get the third base, which is a great pickoff, but now I think Cubano just has to worry about the army.
Neutrophil has a Warp Prism going, so he is preparing to get some offense going. Remember that currently they're all warp ends at the same speed, as long as you have the warp gates transformed.
Yeah, I really think Cubano needs to transition out of Adepts here.
Not only that, but those Adepts, they weren't manually targeting. They weren't really focusing on the workers. They were attacking anything that was attacking them.
And a bunch of workers being transferred, so now Neutrophil knows that there's a ninja base over there to the north.
Yep,
but nice round here from Cubano. He gets an Adept or Immortal for free.
Yep. I mean, the Zealots are where the real damage is. Adepts, they have their bonus against light units. Actually, he's got that +1, and remember, they even get an additional +1 with the upgrades to light units.
Yeah.
But it does not, so basically +2 against light units, +1 against everything else for each weapon upgrade they do now. So I didn't think I'd be seeing many games where that actually even came into play, but still, there aren't a lot of light units that Neutrophil's sending out, and that Warp Prism is heading right around the natural.
Yeah, Neutrophil does love his Warp Prisms. Meanwhile, Cubano is at the natural of Neutrophil right now and just destroying all aspects of his army.
Just the number of Adepts behind those Zealots are just doing quite a bit, and so far, Neutrophil's been too preoccupied even to start a Warp In. He has to Warp In back at home for defense.
I think
he
so,
does
yeah.
get a couple of Zealots into the third, and depowering 2 of the Warp Gates. That is brutal.
Yeah, and he's all over the natural.
Depowered. Oh no. GG's. Very unusual army composition, but I cannot criticize the results here. That is true to me. Alright, Cubano, you got your first wins in the FSL, and you got them with a vengeance there. First map. I'm guessing the reason you chose Terran was you specifically wanted to go for a proxy Reaper there?
Yeah, so it was actually a decision I made after we played on the ladder last night. I was worried he might read into my playstyle a bit, so I wanted to open with something a little weird. But yeah, I've been practicing that build with LilReaper. I was a little caught off guard when I saw the probe going for the proxy, because I usually don't do the worker pull. It's usually a transition into either a tank or a cyclone after that. But I figured I could catch him off guard if he was going to commit to the proxy, but he spotted it, he handled it well, so yeah.
Yeah, and then, boy, second map, Cubano. I have not really seen anyone else in the FSL keep up with the sentry play that far in. You were doing force fields, you were doing hallucinations left and right. I don't think I saw you do Guardian Shield at all, but just very creative play, straight from that hallucinated Oracle right at the beginning. I also don't think I've seen anyone in FSL stick with Adepts that far into the game either, but I cannot criticize the results there.
Yeah, I feel like after last night's ladder game, when I play versus Neutrophil, I play that same style of Zealot Adept because right now with the gateway production at 50%, you can get a lot of units on a low gas. Adepts are pretty strong and they can be very annoying to deal with if you're constantly shading into like the different bases. And then, like I said, if you can keep up the macro, I was a little bit nervous at the beginning when I saw he went Stargate. Because I'm like, oh boy, if he goes like a Phoenix play or even Boy Raids, I think I'm going to be pretty screwed because I wasn't going to go Blink. I was already committed to go the Celeb Printer and then the Depths. So I'm like, I hope he doesn't commit to the Stargate. And I don't know if Neutrophil, if my hallucinated Oracle maybe played a little bit into that decision making because I noticed you pulled the probe. So like, I think I caught you off guard there.
I did realize it was a hallucination after the damage I saw in the Oracle, but yeah, no, I was a little worried that since he spotted my Stargate so early that I wouldn't get much value out of it, so I wanted to just transition out of that.
Gotcha. Yeah. And there's that lovely little change that they made that not a lot of people even think about, but with weapon upgrades, the Adept actually also gets even a little bit more damage against light units too. I think that definitely came into play when you were attacking workers there.
100%, yes. Yep.
All right, well, we are going to be moving along, although Neutrophil will not be going anywhere. We got to get DarkMenace into here, though. I do not see him in voice just yet.
Yes, he's also not on camera just yet either.
Yeah, all right. So let me message him. If need be, we can do SgtABC's match. Otherwise, SgtABC is just going to join us with a little bit of casting.
How we doing today, boys?
I'm happy. I'm happy with where I'm at score-wise. How are you?
Outstanding. Outstanding.
You gonna bring this home for your team, Sarge?
I would like to get the final count. I would like to get that last little tally.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it home. But if DarkMenace is ready to take on,
he is coming up.
Bill.
He confirmed.
It's gonna be good.
Daddy, I got an idea.
Uh-oh.
I've got my little girl.
Since this is blue and the water is blue, this is the water.
Yeah, we're using our imagination today, guys.
Yep, I'm gonna be taking my daughter swimming right after this. Right after the stream.
I love it.
And it looks like we have DarkMenace on camera now.
All right, and in voice as
there
well.
He is.
Welcome, DarkMenace.
Oh.
We are in the grand finals here, and I know the two of you in Code S. There are quite a few times that the two of you were the final people playing against each other. And DarkMenace,
he's got it back up.
Yeah.
Well, he did.
We're getting there.
There it goes.
And here is Superman.
All right. So Neutrophil is on double duty today. So this was actually a swap. It was going to be Darkblade versus DarkMenace, but both teams agreed, and Neutrophil is stepping up as team captain to fill in the shoes. How are you feeling about this match, Neutrophil?
It's kind of been something I was talking about with DarkMenace for a little while. It'd be cool if we could face in the finals. So it's kind of cool that it came in a kind of an odd way. I have been practicing for DarkMenace, although I changed that in the middle of the week. So it's kind of cool to pivot back. So we'll see if I can take a few games off of him.
So I actually do have a question for both of you guys. Do you guys actually play a lot of practice games against each other, or are you guys like just like play like if you meet up on ladder? Like how does that normally work?
I don't think I've scrimmed with him in forever, and we're in different leagues entirely, so we haven't faced each other on the ladder before.
Got you.
Okay. And let me just double check here. We're going to be starting with Rainfall. Oh, man. DarkMenace, you missed such an opportunity to come in wearing a, sort of a button-down shirt and glasses, and then just suddenly take your glasses off and just, take the shirt open and, I mean, granted, good luck finding a phone booth these days, but boy, just mentioning. Next time you're wearing that, I've got your back there. All right, so Protoss versus Zerg, is that what we're gonna be doing?
I think so.
Yep.
Players, are you ready?
Good to go.
Yep.
All right, let's separate them up.
Just double check everyone. Yep, this looks good. Brother against brother, and yeah, a lot's changed since the earlier days of the FSL. Neutrophil, I believe, does a lot of sports right now. They're not in the same household during the college days.
Yeah, life definitely gets in the way.
Yeah, and that's the time that your sibling can kind of jump ahead a bit. DarkMenace has definitely been a lot more dominant when they have met each other, but Neutrophil's always got some tricks up his sleeve too. In the upper left, we have the pink Zerg. He is
DarkMenace.
And he is the captain of
SpecialTactics.
I didn't realize you promoted DarkMenace. And in the bottom right, we have the green Zerg, the green Protoss player. His name is
Neutrophil.
And yeah, you got to switch to in-game.
Ah, yes.
So there.
You're right, you're
Not in a
right.
position to criticize anyone. All right, what team does he play for?
He plays for the team of,
PulledTheBoys.
and I will fix the names and everyone, guys.
Oh,
Relax.
yeah, there's a few things on your plate right now.
Make that pink.
So, yeah, and you're... okay, yeah, the order's alright, too.
We just need to change the color. There we go.
Oh,
Me
yeah.
personally, I'm not a complete fan of going against a one-base Protoss, so I am glad to see that Neutrophil has taken a lower natural base, taking that first lower wall.
I think just a little bit of back and forth about the fact that Neutrophil's probe was getting in the way of the hatchery. So DarkMenace is taking the third at the beginning, and he is perfectly comfortable with this. He's just going to take that natural, sometime between the 2:15 and 3-minute mark, I think.
Yeah. So they actually Neutrophil actually did mention this, that he actually learned that tip from DarkMenace. So the story was DarkMenace was watching Neutrophil ladder, and he basically suggested just take a probe right at the start of the game and send it to your opponent's natural. Like, it sounds small, it sounds like it's not going to do anything, but it actually is so annoying for the Zerg to deal with, and Neutrophil started doing that, and apparently his win rate versus Zerg went up by 20%.
It takes, even beyond that, it throws off all of their timing.
Yeah.
And
It does.
when you've already got this patch you still adjust into in some ways. But yeah, also, no need to invest in a pylon there. You pull the probe, you don't have to spend the 100 minerals or cancel it.
So yeah, Neutrophil chronoing that first Adept, probably going to run right across the map with it, try to get a little bit of economic damage, be a little bit more annoying. Because DarkMenace's bases are split up and there is no creep connection, it will be harder to defend. That being said, it is just a single Adept, so it can't one-shot any workers or anything like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if Neutrophil follows this up with Stargate, just gets the, an Oracle or two out, very much in line with what people are doing.
DarkMenace even scouting for a proxy, just making sure that there's no funny business going on. And two of the Lings actually just skid right by that Adept, so already a lot of DarkMenace's defenses are kind of hampered here.
A little bit. One drone has gone down. DarkMenace is usually pretty quick to morph them if needed.
That was actually very good planning from DarkMenace there to leave a Link to keep attacking that shaded Adept.
DarkMenace is very experienced. like Neutrophil, he doesn't get to play as much as he has in previous seasons on the ladder, but as soon as he just gets a little bit of practice in, it is amazing the level he jumps to.
Yeah.
Alright, and no Stargate. Looks like it's a Citadel, a Twilight Council, I mean. And that's actually a good number of drones that Neutrophil has been able to take down. One Adept does die now.
Yeah.
10 Lings in production. So
I think Neutrophil is pretty happy with this economic damage, honestly.
I think he has done all kinds of things at this point to just disrupt DarkMenace, which is not easy. DarkMenace is classic. Yes, Brood War Brain indeed showing. And I have been doing a little bit of Brood War lately, but very casual.
So,
all right.
The thing is, when Neutrophil didn't go for a Stargate here and he went for a pretty early third, I don't think Neutrophil gets to keep this third. He's going to probably have to cancel it.
And this is where DarkMenace is able to do a bit of disruption. Both of them having to adjust a little bit with what they've lost. And yeah, following in with Cubano's footsteps, we are getting Glaives.
Yeah.
So Neutrophil's thinking, this worked actually kind of well against me. And if you do keep going with the Adepts, once you got that +1 attack, and it's Zerglings you're up against, that pays off in dividends. Just that extra bonus against light that's been added. And here we go again, more.
Yeah,
Zerglings are not interested.
Neutrophil pretty adamant about trying to take this third. He does have the Glaives, not a ton of gateways behind this, so it's not like he can transition this into a very strong 2-base attack.
Glaives still have a little bit longer. And yes, they got to keep winning. We are at, I believe, match point now.
Yep.
Or just about. Let me see. Okay.
Now, for the viewers...
Not quite.
For the viewers, even if SpecialTactics closes this out in terms of score right now, we will play out the other matches. Mm-hmm. But they just need 1 more point to win the championship.
Is it 2 more points? I think it...
Oh, I could be wrong. They are very... Let's amend that statement. They are very close to winning the championship. The third base does finish for Neutrophil, and he will try to defend it without losing this base. It is in the orange right now. Meanwhile, Neutrophil is shading in with a lot of Adepts on the other side of the map. Only 4 Roaches out on the map right now. And, okay, 8 Roaches out on the map right now, and they should surround these Adepts shortly.
Right, and this is where DarkMenace, each time, he's going to have to anticipate whether or not the shade is going to complete.
Yeah, I actually...
In this case, it did not.
I'm actually not sure if shading there was the right call. I mean, he is getting a lot more economic damage. Okay, another 10 workers, and even more going
11.
down. Back at the third.
But now, he has to try to get a good defense going. He is going to be way down in army supply, 28 to 54. He's getting a couple of mortals out already.
I think DarkMenace all-ins from here. He has taken a lot of economic damage. This is not his ideal early game. I think he's just going to do a Roachling all-in from here.
And I don't think there's much to defend against that right now.
Okay, I say that he's actually droning behind this. Okay, Caster Curse.
Droning and starting up a lair and another hatchery. So
yeah,
I've seen DarkMenace come back from just about everything. Yeah, just surrounding those Immortals, targeting them down.
Yeah, 1 Immortal's still alive, firing away from the backside. Should be able to get a ton of value out of that Immortal.
Right, those surviving Adepts doing almost nothing as far as damage goes.
Go back! Go back and finish him off! No!
I think he is. He's just going to get 4 Ravagers first. He wants to be able to bile down that pylon, I believe.
Yeah, and also if Neutrophil really takes care of these Immortals, I think 2 or 3 Immortals will do wonders versus this number of Roaches. It can be very deceptive. Unless you get right on top of those Immortals and kill them quickly, I don't think Zerg wins that.
The other potential here is if he can destroy that Cybernetics core quickly. Looks like he's... Yeah, hold position, bro.
DarkMenace giving him some tips in the middle of the game.
Yeah, I don't know how it is. My sister never played computer games, although there were a couple adventure games where she gave me suggestions about how to get past specific puzzles, and on just a couple occasions they worked, and she wouldn't let me forget it every time I was... like Prince of Persia and this this early text adventure called Transylvania. Oh, they have APM to spare, don't you worry.
Yeah, DarkMenace just sharking around with these lings here. Actually just misses the whole army from Neutrophil. Now he sees it, and he looks like he will be looking to intercept reinforcements. This is a very Cyril style move. Cyril loves doing this, just grabs like a bunch of units and just puts them in between the main army and the reinforcement line.
Immortals are a great catch, and again, Neutrophil learning a little bit from Cubano, adding that Colossus hallucination, but still, that's around having to recall now.
Yeah. I don't think DarkMenace fell for that hallucinated Colossi.
Yeah, but there is a real one on the way.
Oh yeah, this is
2 of them. Now he's also going to want to do the range upgrade, I think. Colossus, another unit that recently got upgraded a little bit, and unlike with the Adept, their upgrade actually still does the same amount of damage against light, but does a couple points more damage against units that are not light. So, just a little bit more useful all around. There we go. Range upgrade has been started, as well as armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is classic DarkMenace. He loves just to have a handful of lings everywhere. What is not characteristic is he has not been able to get the kind of creep spread that we usually see from him. Oop, gonna snipe this down, cancelled it, yeah.
Yeah, nice delay on the 4th base economy for the Protoss player. And yeah, DarkMenace, his Baneling Nest has finished. Centrifugal Hook's on the way, and he's looking to get more economic damage. So if Neutrophil is very fast with his pull-aways, he should be able to defend this without taking too much economic damage. But if not, there will be a lot of devastation in this mineral line. Neutrophil is also a little distracted with those Adepts right now, and there are 6 Banelings in his mineral line. Oh, and even getting right on top of the transitioning workers. Ouch. 12 workers going down there.
It's amazing some of the matches we've had today where you see a bunch of workers die on both sides simultaneously. It's one of those things. You go out to harass, and those units are not there at home to help defend. So it's always a measured risk there.
Well, yeah, I don't know if the Banelings would care too much about a couple of units in a mineral line, though.
Nah. Still, I mean, for a couple of units, they got a good amount done. We have armor just about to complete for Neutrophil. Spire on the way. We got, I think that's Roach Speed, yeah. And then trying to get to +2/+2, and DarkMenace is almost there.
Yeah, DarkMenace having a huge amount of units.
You can really see a little bit of difference with the Colossus change to what they're capable of doing against Roaches. Just a little bit more damage. And he takes out the hatchery, not bad.
It's a good pick off there. I think DarkMenace purposely hid a portion of his army and kept it a little bit further back. Kind of try to bait Neutrophil in. Oh, great battles right on top of the Colossi.
Oh yeah, I don't think this, even with the hatchery being destroyed, I don't think this is worth some of the losses that he took. And then, counterattack right here.
Oh yeah, but a lot of the Banelings exploded on 2 Stalkers. That was definitely not worth it for DarkMenace.
Not worth it straight there. It takes out a pylon.
Yeah, he also could have used these units to completely surround and kill the rest of this Protoss army, or force another recall if one was available.
Yep.
I think that would have been the preferred outcome, right?
Right. He's got a bunch of Corruptors being added, and any changes to Colossus don't affect that. They cannot hit Sky, but they can be hit by Anti-Air. Yeah. As far as Zerg goes, I think in almost any engagement, you want to have your army split and try to attack from both sides, if not 3 sides at once. Here we go. Zealot harass. And he's got to get his Roaches over there before he takes too much damage. Neutrophil taking advantage of the distraction.
Yeah, Neutrophil going straight for that Hydralisk Den right there, and he gets it. That will have to be rebuilt. In the meantime, Neutrophil is also pushing the 4th base at the same time and gets another kill. Neutrophil is actually playing this very well right now. So one thing with the DarkMenace having added those Corruptors, he has about 6 of them right now. I think that's an okay number. If he were to commit any more to this, I think he would find it very difficult to get any other gas units on the ground. In which case, what's he going to make? Lings? Those are going to die to the Colossi that Neutrophil is massing right now.
Stupid, bro. LOL, alright. And yeah, he's just going to want to try to take out all those Colossus before they're able to shoot at the rest of his army. After that, yeah, the Corruptors probably are just going to wander off and find something to throw up on.
Yeah, meanwhile, more links sharking around. These will probably get turned into main links, try to slow down the economy further.
Spire has been taken out by those Zealots. Neutrophil just doing... He's got his brother's number in a lot of ways, even though DarkMenace is ahead, but I very rarely see games where DarkMenace isn't controlling where all the engagements take place.
DarkMenace in the main with a ton of lings right now, going after the production, forcing more warp-ins in the base. Meanwhile, Neutrophil is pushing the front. A bunch of banelings crash into a bunch of adepts. A very large amount of Corruptors now taking out the rest of the Colossi. I think DarkMenace will be able to swarm the rest of this army.
Like you said, he probably didn't want any more Corruptors than that, so losing the Spire, probably not something he's going to be losing any sleep over.
Yeah.
13 workers dead on both sides. And just so much depowered in the main. If he goes after that other pylon, there's going to be almost no production.
You're totally right, HyperTurtle. Yeah, so just a few more Archons, Adepts, and just a few Archons and Adepts left for Neutrophil right here. The Archons tanking a lot of this damage, but the rest of the links come in and fully surround the rest of this army. I think this is the last of what Neutrophil has, and we get the GG.
No, GG's. He's always plural. He also always says HF for GL. That's the thing. Both of those. Camos for players. There we go. So yes, now I believe we're at match point. 9-2. We're going to be going on to Oxide. Just a very chaotic, unusual game. Both of them constantly damaging each other. Both of them constantly just tripping each other up. That was just amazing. And SgtABC, you need to leave the score. Alright, here we go. Next up, Oxide. Yep. Just a very good game from Neutrophil, but in the end, just not able to get the killing blow there. And as It Zapper says, yeah, just the constant Ling revenge. That's just every time that Neutrophil managed to do some damage, he ended up having to take a bit of damage from a bunch of Lings.
Yeah, I think that was very close to a win from Neutrophil there, which would have been a great point to put on the board against a player like DarkMenace.
Oh yes, and that was so unusual to see a DarkMenace game where the whole map wasn't covered in creep. He had his hands full the entire time.
Yeah. Great army movement from Neutrophil the whole time too, just sniping bases wherever he could, multi-prong as usual by Neutrophil. Yeah.
Alright, HFGL, just like I said, DarkMenace doing it more traditionally. And in the upper right, we have the pink, SirMalagant.
DarkMenace.
And he is playing for the team of
SpecialTactics.
And in the bottom right, we have the orange Protoss player down 1 point in this series. He needs your support. He is.
Did he at least sweat a little last game? I think he did.
And he is the team captain of
PulledTheBoys.
DarkMenace does not answer the question.
There's a lot of bro and brother.
Just changes the subject. A smidge, okay. You're giving his brother a little bit of credit where it's due.
Yeah, hey, a smidge of sweat. So,
what do you think this drone's about, HyperTurtle? I think this is going to be a hatch block.
It's going to be a hatchery block, proxy hatchery. So yeah, he's going to... Yep. See how his brother reacts. Just for the record, yeah, Oxide actually was from even before 2022. It was from 2020 to 2021, but we voted in, and it was a very short-lived map too. It was actually only on the ladder for a few weeks.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yep. only from October 1st to October 19th, according to Liquipedia.
Some
But
great.
yeah, we put a bunch up for vote, and yeah, and there we go, full wall off because he doesn't want any reinforcements coming from the other direction.
Yep, and in the meantime, a hatchery has been started in a natural position. There's no spawning pool on the way from DarkMenace, so largely this is more or less a feint to just something to also throw off your opponent's build a little bit, not what they expect.
And I think it definitely has. How,
yeah.
I mean, I doubt he was planning to make a forge this early on.
Yeah, exactly. Now, had a Neutrophil scouted the main and seen no spawning pool, he probably wouldn't have thrown down that forge.
Oh, no, it completed. There we go. I don't think he's going to be producing much from there since it's already on such low health. Neutrophil, by the way, he is keeping a probe in the upper left corner for a possible proxy. I think that was for if he was under siege, so he could maybe put a Stargate down and send an Oracle in if he had to. Yeah, one drone created there that's just going to scout around and then die.
No, it's going to take it's going to take the gas now.
Shout out to League of Legends by DarkMenace, or maybe he means something else. OMG, I'm not aware of that game.
But DarkMenace will probably cancel the drone and just tax his brother's APM a little bit more before finally... Oh, he's actually queuing back. No way, if he gets this again. Okay, yeah, there we go. Neutrophil secures his own gas, so that drone has nothing to do now.
And check it out, hidden expansion in the upper left. This used to be something Neutrophil almost always did. He was really big on like hidden corner expansions for a very long time. And there we go. Still has not recreated here. I think that might be to just give the impression that he's just going to give up on expanding and do an all-in. Meaning, picking on that poor defenseless drone. And yep, just cleaning up the unbuildable debris here. Now, I think he's going to have to destroy one of his own structures, probably that cannon in the middle, in order to actually move out.
I think so, too. And I also think it's going to be a matter of time before DarkMenace scouts to this fourth base. Oxide is one of the smaller maps, not as many expansions on the map as well.
Stargate just about to complete, and so I think he's going to be making an Oracle and sending it out as soon as he can.
Yeah, like you said, Neutrophil looking to take down that cannon at the front there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he was very particular about where he put everything. Last thing he'd want to do is have to destroy the Gateway Forge or Cybernetics Core there. And yep, Oracle and Roach Warren from DarkMenace. Now that hatchery was a big investment. That hatchery is, for a while had been back to 300 minerals, so that delayed his own economy.
Yeah, it also delayed a lot of the tech from DarkMenace as well. Like, he built 3 hatcheries, 4 hatcheries total, including the proxy before the spawning pool, I believe.
That was a hatchery. I mean, yeah, he prevented a Nexus from going out of the natural, but that was also a hatchery that he couldn't build anywhere useful. He let it complete, so... Alright, Oracle just taking a look around.
But if you look at the worker count, though, I think it's more than paid off for DarkMenace, just because he really delayed the base from Neutrophil from going down.
This Oracle not even getting much done. Fleet Beacon, that is where we are headed here.
Yeah, this is not the move that I was thinking of. Do you think this is going to be Tempest?
Maybe. I know some people have even been, making use of motherships. He does have another gateway on the way. I really don't know, but right now you look at economy, right? That hidden base is only mining gas right now. Yep, proxy mothership. We are next level here. He is chronoing it. So I believe what he's going to do is just send that mothership in, have it tank a bunch of damage, have it recall a bunch of gateway units, and then just try to take out that third and then move ahead.
Yeah, okay, so now there is a Tempest in production as well, so it will be reinforced with a bunch of
that's gonna
Tempest as well.
Slow unit.
I think DarkMenace Okay, yeah, DarkMenace finally scouts. So I was about to say DarkMenace has to know something's up because he just scouted the natural
LOL
to find
again.
no base.
And Taro Adun. Now, what he is not going to know until just a moment from now is that it's a mothership. Unless can he? Oh, this is scary. No, the mothership comes out. It is going straight to the third.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Offensive recall.
Unfortunately, you can't recall a Nexus, but you can recall units.
Oh, I don't think he was planning to recall there. That mothership, the main point of it. Number one, tanking a bunch of damage, doing a bunch of extra. Motherships, I mean, I think a few patches ago actually did get a little bit of a buff that allowed them, like, something like being able to target multiple things at once, like 2 attacks simultaneously or something.
Yeah, they still have
also
that,
can
yeah.
move well at attacks.
Yeah, they still have it, yeah.
Oh,
So you find Cloak Field goes down, and
No
all these
detection
units
here.
are invisible for Neutrophil right now.
Everything except the mothership itself, and he is keeping his distance with it. The cloak does expire, though, in very shortly.
Yeah. DarkMenace is just positioning to be able to pounce on the army when he is able to. How long
is that left? Yeah. Yeah, it is a weird thing.
Me too, DarkMenace, me too. That's what I think whenever that happens.
Right. It's a while before the recall will actually... it doesn't have health, it doesn't have energy anymore. It's all cooldowns. And so, yeah, the recall isn't going to be ready for a little while now, and that is plenty of queens.
Yeah, and 9 corruptors on the way, which is going to shut down all the air pressure from Neutrophil
More than
here.
shut it down. In the meantime, though, I mean, Neutrophil just doesn't have a good way to reinforce. There is not a proxy pylon.
Yep, DarkMenace knows that his brother likes to put down those stasis traps. He sends a few links forward, and then invis again on the rest of the units. But the corruptors are more than enough to take out the mothership.
The mothership dies. That cloak goes away too.
Yeah, but it's just a bunch of corruptors now in links. Oh, okay.
So this
yeah.
and doesn't get. He leaves that Void Ray behind too. So this did not pay off. He was not able to get a big enough surprise in, since he had to move the mothership over there right away rather than wait to recall until he had more units ready.
Yeah, it was tricky. If there was like a way to reinforce the ground army there, I probably would have favored Neutrophil continuing to push there, because he was just up against the Zerglings and some corruptors, which he had enough stalkers to deal with. But without a way to reinforce the ground army, I think he was going to have some trouble.
Yeah, and not fooled by those changelings for one moment, but the supply difference right here. 50, he's at 50% of his brother, and he knows he's in trouble right now.
Oh yeah. Not a great position for Neutrophil now.
Nope, just forced to have that full wall. He is almost done with tectonic destabilizers. That's going to be used probably to just take... interestingly, if he'd waited for that to complete, he'd have actually gotten a damage bonus against himself while he was clearing out that cannon. But yes, now the Tempests are going to do a bit of bonus damage against structures, especially spore crawlers. But I don't like adding more Tempests right now when there's that many corruptors on the field. Honestly,
I completely agree.
Just,
but also, what does Neutrophil transition into from here? Carrier? Like, I don't think that would work very well either. Not in this economy.
It's it's just what on this economy?
In this economy?
Can't afford gas.
Can't afford capital ships. Ridiculous.
No, man, we are buying a couple of motorcycles.
Yeah. I just wanna afford eggs.
Oh yeah. But yeah, the gas prices. We're gonna be going mineral only for a while right now. And yeah, this is the creep spread that I know and love from DarkMenace. He is so comfortable right now.
Yeah.
And just hey brother, just give me what you got here.
I think maybe at this point Neutrophil just has to slowly take more expansions and hope DarkMenace takes a very bad fight. But at this point, I think it's probably DarkMenace's game to lose.
Yeah. And you see that he is putting all the defenses he can at this nexus, and he can add cannons to that too if he wants. We are going with +1 and charge for the zealots and gang. DarkMenace adding even more corruptors, as well as the Baneling Nest is just about to complete. And yeah, control X. Is that are we in that situation?
We are. There we go.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know if if this overlay is really paying off in some ways, but yeah, just Neutrophil just hanging out, killing changelings. It's like his DarkMenace not committing with any real units, just sending those free, fake zealots over. And yep, he's getting his workers to third, but DarkMenace currently at 5 bases. And he's getting ready to at least, yeah, he's going on the offensive here. He feels it. He feels that he can. Interestingly enough, I mean, he took quite a few championships. He led. Okay, yeah. He led PulledTheBoys to quite a few of their championships, and now he is the SpecialTactics guy.
Yeah, the ace in the hole for SpecialTactics.
Oh boy.
The Lings try to get on top of this army, but the sentries are more than ready to take out the build the wall. Nowadays, the sentries force fields do require more than one bile to take it out.
The red ones are the ones that are close to expiring, and the biles just speed that up now.
Yep.
I don't think he cares, though. GGWP. We are the champions, my friend, and we will keep fighting till the end. Congratulations to all my teammates and SpecialTactics. All right, DarkMenace, you just got a championship for SpecialTactics. Congratulations, and that was quite the second game. The hatchery block doing some very brutal things, and yeah, just the fact that you found that base and the mothership was forced to do a recall before there was many units ready. Very good ace in the hole for Neutrophil, though. Just not as good. However, let's talk about game one. DarkMenace, I have never... it's been a long time since I've seen you on the ropes like that. Just constant warp ends, constant damage from Neutrophil. And yeah, he was saying he hoped that you sweat, and you admitted a little bit.
Yeah, I thought game one was very fun. DarkMenace, go ahead. Share your thoughts.
It was just a lot closer
than you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. Yeah, Neutrophil, your army movement was pretty great the whole time. Obviously, you're a big fan of the Warp Prism play, warping in one place, sniping bases at other points in time as well. I think like maybe the moment where things just went wrong for you was when the Lings made it into your base. But yeah, like with the amount of economic damage you were doing to DarkMenace, his early game was not where you wanted it to be. And I thought you were shaping up really well in the mid game there.
Thank you. Felt pretty good about that one. That's the closest I've ever been to beating him. Closest in like 2 years, probably.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys were in the Codas finals a lot of times, and with Neutrophil, you got championship after championship, then at one point it just kind of switched. So that's growing up for you, though. Hey, we got one of our younger fans here. Hello to
Junior Zerg.
Hey, that's the way to go. But yeah, I was definitely seeing some of the difference, the changes they made Colossus. Just the fact they do 2 more points of damage to targets that are not light.
Oh, am I?
So yeah, those were some very, very entertaining games. Neutrophil, I also wanted to ask you, what did you think about the new like Terran toss style changes? How are you liking them?
All I can really say is that my win rate on ladder has tanked the last couple of weeks. But it's been cool to adjust to it. I don't think it's as catastrophic as some people make it out to be, but I just think it's still fun.
Yeah, when people are negative, people are very negative. That's just the way things are in fandom.
I do have one more question actually about the games. Game one, DarkMenace, I noticed that you tend to do this a lot. You make like a pretty large amount of Lings, and you always send them to the third. What do you do when the Oracle is there? Like, do you just shark around the rest of the game just for scouting purposes? Like, because you make like a non-negligible amount of them. You were able to cancel the third, so it did work out for you. But a lot of the time when a Protoss is taking a third early, it's because they have a Stargate behind it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, usually they have a Stargate or a depth setup. I usually like more links because I know I'm better at macro than basically everyone I play, so I don't have to worry about catching up. And also, I like the map control, and sometimes it's worth it to commit the links because they either have to make more units, they can't macro, and usually you can snipe it anyway. So
Right, you keep them honest. Okay.
People whine it's like death and taxes. I have never heard a dead person whine. Maybe I just don't know where to look for a spirit medium in that sense. But all right, I'm liking it. I actually have one more question for Neutrophil. Have you had many games where that proxy mothership has worked out for you, or was that just sort of a unusual circumstance where you decided you'd get creative on it?
It actually works every time I do it, except against DarkMenace. I was just hoping he forgot about it.
Fair enough. Hey, it did some damage. I gotta give it that. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone on Special Tactics. We actually did what PulledTheBoys has done. I believe last season we were in the last place, and then we stepped up. So yeah, thank you for all of my special and very tactical teammates. We did it. But we are still going to be moving on instead. There is still time for PulledTheBoys to at least get this score closer. So, all right, next match.
Games.
SgtABC here will be taking on MonkeyShaman.
And we do have MonkeyShaman ready.
I believe so. I got him into party, not into lobby yet, though. Hey, Shaman man.
Hello, hello, hello.
I'll let you run this interview for a little bit, Hyperchill, while I grab a little bit of water real quick.
Water is very important.
I think a little bit of water is allowed.
It's a building block of life. Yeah, a little bit, yes. Yeah, brings me back to kind of the early days of the World Wide Web, where there was that joke documentary thing about how hydrogen oxide, whatever.
Yeah.
All the fact that it could
dihydrogen
make
monoxide.
Monoxide,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that it could make people choke, that it could, level
This is
potentially
like-
level buildings. It was,
The
God.
historians might look at that as one of the earliest examples of a copy pasta.
Yeah, I think it kind of was, although I don't remember
Yeah.
many people actually taking that framework and playing off it for anything else. It just
Yeah.
kind of
It just
bumped
showed up in
around.
random
Everyone was
discussion
sharing it.
threads. Yeah.
Exactly, everyone was
So
sharing
Sarge,
that. Yeah, Sarge.
I have a question for my opponent. Are you feeling so on cloud 9, high and mighty, that you're off racing the Terran against me?
Nope.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, wow. I have another question for SgtABC. Has your daughter chosen a game tag yet? Is it like private ABC or
Lance
or
Corporal ABC?
Corporal?
No,
not yet.
I did some Twitch videos where she sat in my lap and played the first mission of Terran, and she was the attack button. So all I did
All right.
have the unit selected, and she would press the A whenever I told her, okay, press the A. So she would watch where my mouse is, and when she saw the mouse go over a unit, she started pressing A before I even said it. So
that's not
we're
bad.
getting somewhere.
She's a natural.
I actually have seen. Yeah, I remember back in Heart in the Swarm, there actually were a couple events where, for like the show matches before the grand finals, they actually had some of the players who had been eliminated team up, and one would be mouse and one would be keyboard. That was before the days of Archon mode. And I'll also say I can relate, because I actually had one stream where I was playing the original StarCraft I campaign, and the third mission where you're defending your base against the Zerg. My daughter climbed up onto my lap, fell asleep on my shoulder, and I had to play the rest of the match with only the mouse. She did not help me on keyboard, she just slept. But I still have a video clip of that.
The question is, did you win, or did you lose?
It's that third mission. you just build some bunkers and make some
Yeah,
mines.
it-
The first time
exactly.
you ever play it, you're probably gonna start to get overrun, but even then, it's still gonna time out. You're still gonna reach that supposed 30 minutes, 22 minutes in actual game time anyway. But yeah, I already had the defenses up. You basically just sit there and watch, and it was not a big deal. All
Yes,
right, back
Tychus,
to the game
those
ahead.
are vulture bikes, and spider mines are fantastic.
They're
Yeah.
fun. I know.
We can. I've sat here through these other ones. Didn't need to use the restroom before we start. I wasn't expecting to.
Sure. Yep. We can go to a quick.
All right. Well, how about you stop?
He needs a bio break.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've got all kinds of things that I could go on
Okay,
about right
okay.
now.
We
I'll
can
be right
talk. Yeah.
I can
Can I
talk.
interview the former commish here? How are you feeling about your team getting a W?
I am loving it. I am loving just how how much of a statement we made here. No, nothing close to an ace match right now. Definitely, Green Empire had to kind of step aside with the captain in. But yep, I was able to rally people up. We were doing some wonderful sessions as far as just little practice sessions go. KJ has been really great, just kind of popping in and saying, you know what, maybe for match 2 you should try this, and then popping out again. So
Yeah.
some excellent coaching. We'll be seeing KJ a little bit later.
I mean,
yeah.
congratulations on that narrow win, 10-8 over PulledTheBoys.
Yeah, I mean, we will see how close it ends up getting.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
still time
I
for
know.
a total of yes,
There is, there
as
is,
you were
there is.
implying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
As
season 10 where we had the first the new like GSL format, and I think it was Angry Space Hares that started out super strong and then kind of coasted in with the bye to the finals, and then I think we beat them there. I
No, it
think
was,
that there might be a curse in sort of like winning too much
The
too
number one
fast early
team.
on, and then not getting enough practice in between, especially this time with all the changes in the game.
I've heard the old phrase, "Oh man, I peaked too early."
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is two seasons in a row. It was actually PsyOp. It was my team.
Oh, so my bad. I apologize. Yeah.
No, but I am so as a third party here. I am actually not. I'm not happy that PulledTheBoys lost. I'm more happy that another team has taken first place. Just so we don't have like a bourgeois team for the foreseeable future that are seen as unbeatable.
No Flash.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what was. I should know this. What team was Flash on during the early Pro League days?
Not sure, but we do have SgtABC back now.
Yeah,
Are we
so we're
ready to
about
head
ready
into
to
the game?
start.
Right on.
Thanks for stalling, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh,
Anytime.
believe me, it's not getting me to talk about StarCraft that's tricky. It's getting me to shut up.
Well, we
Let's
can
do
definitely
this.
talk about StarCraft in the game. Let's
All right,
revisit,
look,
put a pin on
Yeah,
that
it's all
conversation.
You can mute him. Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, Sarge.
I'm feeling pretty strong about my gameplay. I've gotta stay positive. I hope we do well, and I look forward to seeing you on the bottom.
Indeed. We shall meet in glorious combat.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. And for the record, KT roster. That was the team that Flash was the big king of. All right. Without further ado, of which I've produced quite a bit, we will head into game.
Yeah, I've never played Brood War, but every now and then when I'm like just curious, like I'll just like pull up like old VODs between like Jaedong and Flash or Bisu, because like I heard like about the meta. I don't really know that much about it.
Take Bangli Sang. There were, those 4 players, the 3 you mentioned, as well as to some extent Dork. There was a whole period where the number 1 ranked player was always one of those 4, with Fantasy sneaking in a couple times towards the end, which is why there's still that debate. But anyway, in the upper left, we have the green Zerg. He is.
Why there? There we go.
And he is playing for the team.
Pulled the boys.
And in the bottom right, we have the yellow Zerg player doing a hatch trick, or a extractor trick. His name is...
Yep, there's that, and it's also the bottom left, actually. But yeah, keep going.
And he represents the team of...
SpecialTactics.
Ooh. Actually sending the drone out and about, not taking the hatchery as early.
Oh, he's actually... I think he's gonna take the gold base.
The gold, hey! He knows this map, then.
I think this is a pretty risky move in ZVZ, just because, like, the Ling Bane phase is just so potent, and you'll have, like, no way of walling off this gold base area. So basically, you just have to hope that your opponent does not scout it. So he is taking a hatchery at a relatively normal time, at his normal net natural.
He's going to take the third after he's saved up. Yeah, big thing, hatcheries are also your production, so it's not like if a Protoss or a Terran take the golds. You have a hatchery that is not going to be available to produce defensive units.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like SgtABC may be doing another hatchery, because he still doesn't have a spawning pool. Okay, he has just thrown it down. So the spawning pool is a little bit behind his opponents. But his natural is a little bit ahead, I believe.
Yeah, I think the strategy he was going for, the timing just didn't match up. Still, he's got that ready to go.
The other tricky thing about taking these proxy bases is you only want to produce drones and queens from these bases because you don't want to give away your position. Because like if you rally like 2 Zerglings and they just run by an enemy unit, their enemy will know right away. It's like, oh, they have something on the map.
Would have been a cool mind game if MonkeyShaman would have scouted no natural in pool. Yeah, I mean, hey, there's always that. Yeah, neither of them really tried anything too aggressive. I think there was a little bit of that mind game here, because MonkeyShaman is making a Baneling nest, but that can definitely be used offensively. And yeah, still... Okay, now there's that gold hatchery. 3 minutes in the game. Yeah, I think he just misjudged the timing of that a little bit, but still, nice thing to have.
Yeah. So if he makes it out of the Lingbane phase unscathed, I think this will probably pay off for him.
Yeah, also, just generally having all those lings. MonkeyShaman's still playing very cautiously. Remember, MonkeyShaman went into this as random, so he's not going to have as much of a clear plan here.
Yeah. So, wait, hold on, actually.
Yes.
It looks like SgtABC skipped speed. I'm not sure if he even realizes that he doesn't have speed on the way. He has the gas for it.
That's one of the things. I think just the fact that the timing of that hatchery threw things off. So yeah, he's gonna have to notice that as soon as possible.
Yeah. So like, I feel like
he's got the minerals and gas for it too.
I feel like if you're really behind on speed, it sometimes makes sense to get the Baneling nest first, but you should definitely just follow it up with speed unless you're intending to wall off.
It is so easy to forget that you skip speed unless you've really practiced it. It's like you've got to have a specific time that you've noted when you will go ahead and get it. Otherwise, it is so easy to get distracted by everything else that's going on and not realize that the insect wings aren't on your Zerglings until the first actual engagement. Oh, yeah. Look at this from MonkeyShaman. He is taking the speed, he's taking the highway down, and he finds that gold base when there is only one drone there.
I think MonkeyShaman was thinking the same thing. He wants to take this as a third.
Again, because it stopped right there.
But so far, SgtABC hasn't been making full use of this base. It's not fully saturated, nowhere close, really. So really, this is just future potential income for MonkeyShaman. I mean, for SgtABC.
I just don't think he practiced taking that gold And yeah, here we go. Quite a few lings. And...
Yeah, MonkeyShaman does try to punish this base now, but SgtABC is on the way with a bunch of slow lings and a few banelings.
Slow lings, but going through a speed zone.
Yes.
The mathematics are very odd here. Yeah, still three evolution chambers. I think that's less for upgrade purposes, more just to complete the wall off with mineral only. Got the queen right in there too.
Yeah, this is a good move from SgtABC here, just to add some insurance for his backline. And hold positioning that queen so it doesn't run out of its position. A Nidus where Canal is on the way with a Hydralisk Den on the backside of it.
And you see he's got an Overlord that's just hovering right there. Still, again, nothing actually mining from the golds. Oop. And those lings, they're gonna see that that sneaky third. This is such an odd game. Oh,
4 banelings run right into those lings.
Yep, and still, again, no speed. SgtABC kind of down an army. What? I need to see what other structures. Yeah, so MonkeyShaman has a Hydralisk Den, no Roach Warren. I think when he does start making that that Nidus Worm, it's gonna be see, he's morphing a bunch of banelings right now. I think that's what he's gonna go for. Just have them make a beeline straight into the natural workers. But at the same time, right now, a lot of those banelings are way over in the corner.
Yeah, they're way over in the corner, but there's also a wall and the queen to greet them. So those banelings aren't going to get much done in the front. If anything, maybe they should be loaded into the Nidus, but they're so far away from the actual... Oh, I see what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's going to try to collapse on this base over here from multiple angles, it seems.
I mean, that is a good target. SgtABC does have bans very nicely spread out, too. So
yeah.
they don't end
the
up
split.
with them.
The split on the defensive bans was really simplified the defense for SgtABC here.
Exactly, that was very good from Sarge.
Yeah, but now there's barely any defenses left and 28 more lings in production.
And just like with this gold base, I'm waiting for things to get loaded into that Nidus network.
Yeah. I mean, MonkeyShaman doesn't need to be too worried about this base with what he just saw. Like, there were only like a couple drones on it. Like, that's not a lot of extra income for his opponent. I think MonkeyShaman should stick to the plan that he was originally planning, which was the Nidus.
Exactly. Both of them they very much got plans they haven't been able to really follow through on. Just when you're being sneaky, sometimes you can have kind of out mind game yourself too. MonkeyShaman taking another base too. And SgtABC is going with Spire. MonkeyShaman does have that Hydralisk Den though, and Upgrade's already researching.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be a Lurker Den follow-up. One thing I have been seeing a lot of the Zerg players in this league start doing a lot is triple Evo Chamber. So this is the third Evo Chamber in the line here. I assume he'll start researching melee upgrades as well. They recently changed the cost of the upgrade, so I guess that strategy is like a little bit more viable. To get all 3 upgrades at the time.
The Carapace?
Yeah, they decreased the cost of it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, those roaches stuck behind the queen, she moves. Yeah, very interesting. SgtABC with 3 evolution chambers that aren't being used right now. He has gotten +1 ranged and +1 Carapace. At this point, yeah, a little bit more income coming from that gold.
Yeah. We're at half saturation now, so SgtABC is getting a pretty real improvement of income. A good defense from SgtABC too, leaving some roaches from one direction there and 2 spine crawlers. Just making sure he gets to keep that base for the foreseeable future. Even taking a 4th base at the same time and a 5th base.
I can't read the names, color issues. So the top one, it's got MonkeyShaman's name on top of MonkeyShaman's name because of the transparency.
Yeah, okay, we'll just make MonkeyShaman blue. There we go. Problem solved. There's a lot of players who prefer playing as green in this league.
Green is a very positive color. It means go.
Yeah.
It means
it's relaxing to the eyes. It means
life and you know. What else does green mean? I mean, in DC Comics, the Green Lanterns, their color means willpower.
I see green and I think sour candy. Ooh, green apple.
Okay, sure. I like that. And then, yeah, StarCraft players see green, they see Banelings explode.
Yeah, speaking of Banelings, I always thought Banelings were kind of like the Forbidden Gusher. Like, just picture a fruit gusher, but green.
Oh man, when you bite it, it bites back, right?
Yeah. So we're seeing the Carapace upgrades at play for MonkeyShaman there. A bunch of those links just ate a Baneling shot and didn't die. Now they will try to punish this base on the other side, but the Lings go ahead of the Hydralisks.
Way ahead of the Hydralisks, and
yeah.
They have to back off again or die.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like there's enough Hydralisks here to really push through the rest of these roaches.
There's some mutas just about to pop for SgtABC. Is that is offensive spine crawlers? Hey, MonkeyShaman. I mean, it's a great idea, but the fact that they're already under attack as they're rooting, yeah, there's just one by the time they're able to attack. So
yeah, a little mistimed there, but more reinforcements show up and they get right on top of the spine crawlers and the roaches.
There's been a lot of obsession with this gold base here, maybe to the detriment of both. I don't think SgtABC has been able to benefit from it as much as he wanted. I don't think that MonkeyShaman has been able to punish it as much as he's wanted.
Yeah.
And again, and I do want to say, SgtABC does have Ling Speed now. They've got their insect wings.
Yeah.
Roaches
and now
also have speed.
Now MonkeyShaman does know what's up. He knows he's up against a roach Muta army.
Right. And he's doing the extra armor upgrade for the Ultralists. None of them have spawned just yet, though. Haven't started working on them.
And MonkeyShaman's really committing to the Hydralisks here, but just due to the size of the ground army, I think it's going to be very difficult to get any value out of these Hydralisks versus this number of roaches.
I think they've both spread their attack a little bit thin. Like, with all this investment in Hydralisks, now you don't have a lot to build Ultralisks with.
Yeah.
There are a couple in production, but they are expensive. More spine crawlers, just being not quite getting done. And I think SgtABC is going to put yet another point for SpecialTactics.
Yeah. He was mentioning that he wanted to go next just to put the last few points on the board for his team.
There's that Nidus.
Yeah, a little too late, I think, from MonkeyShaman.
He might very well have to put all of his drones in there too at this point.
This is my base now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, here he is. Yeah, pull-in workers away from the third as well. Yeah, just this seems pretty insurmountable with the supply difference right now.
Yep.
And yeah,
SgtABC.
Tactics, all of their players inspired. And yeah, and there you go. They are indeed putting the drones into that meta.
One Ultralisk. Oh, two Ultralisks pop right at that third. And they get decent damage, but yeah, it's too much.
GG. Alright, we are moving on to another map you can be very creative with. You beat me to the fun gold base, WPWP. Celestial Enclave is up next, and that is another map where you can do some very creative things, both economy-wise and defensively.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that map is definitely interesting with the worker-only path and the half income base in the back as well. I think it lends itself well to just kind of sitting back and taking like 4 or 5 bases.
Map requests were the fun ones, so here we go. We are going to have even more fun. I just want to make sure they're ready. I'm not a fan of this one. Oh man, now he tells me this. I actually picked this one for him. He hasn't gotten back to me.
Yeah, it's funny. The players always they're very often not too opinionated about the maps, but then you pick a map for them and they're like, no, not that one.
Yeah, it's like, oh, just pick any map. I can't be bothered. Well, not that one. Fortunately, this time around, no 3 or 4 base maps end up making. I think you can still do just fine with this. Alright, so now we see what was randomly picked here. In the lower left, we have our green Terran. He is
MonkeyShaman.
And he is playing for the team of
PulledTheBoys.
That actually is very true. They also don't buff the movement of floating Terran buildings. Alright.
And in the top right, we have the yellow Zerg player up 1 point in this series. His name is
SgtABC.
And he represents the Season 11 champions.
SpecialTactics.
Very curious what was going on there. Yeah, so here's the deal. You know, there's a bunch of tags that various items in the game have. Now, the buildings, including command centers, spine crawlers, also creep tumors, and auto turrets, they have the structure tag. And speed zones do not affect those. They only affect things that have the unit tag. And then, yeah, also it doesn't matter whether they're in the mode where they can move. They still, take extra damage from upgraded Tempests if they have the tectonic shift. Other things like that. Also, yeah, there's the bonus that Banelings do against targets with the structure tag and targets with the light tag, but they're different bonuses.
I'm curious what this build is going to be here for SgtABC. Burrow first and double gas being mined at the same time? Is this going to be one base Roach with Burrow?
Maybe, or he might just get very creative with Banelings, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be going for Roaches with the Tunneling Claws. That's all I can think of.
Well, he definitely knows he's up against the Terran, that much is certain.
Yeah. Now, here's one of the big things. We're talking about speed. One of the things I learned the hard way. Roaches that are burrowed... burrowed roaches, though they can move while burrowed, they move a lot slower. So if you have not also gotten up to lair, and... I believe you need lair for both upgrades, but... now I'm... Okay. Yeah, I forgot. But either way, you do not want tunneling... You do not want tunneling roaches
without
that don't
burrow.
Also have the speed upgraded. It is terrible.
Yeah, I guess I've never thought about it, but yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Now, one thing that was patched out a while ago is that Tunneling Claws used to also make roaches heal even faster than they did normally while burrowed. So, when roaches are burrowed, they heal very quickly, and Tunneling Claws used to speed that up even more, but they took that out.
I actually didn't know that.
So,
that's fun.
Yeah,
fun fact.
There's a lot going on there. Alright, what is...
Did you see the patches mod by any chance?
No, I tend to just focus on the official stuff, but
yeah, so
it seems to have some commotion.
Yeah. There's a lot of very interesting changes in the patches mod, and there had a patches mod tournament where a bunch of the pros were playing. One of the upgrades that they added was 1 supply roaches at Hive Tech. So you could have a larger roach army, get that upgrade, and then suddenly you have 50 extra supply that you can make more units with.
Oh man, that's a lot pulled. There was a time very early on
where roaches were 1
beta,
supply.
where roaches were 1 supply. During the alpha, they actually demonstrated at one of the BlizzCons. There was a time that roaches actually, their sped up healing was anytime they were on creep, I think. So it's like you had to hit them with like tanks or things that killed them almost instantly. The general players never got that, but there was a show match between a Brood War player and a Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne player, where that was what they were showing off. There's a lot of history with these. We talk about structure tags. Back in Wings of Liberty, Reapers used to have a different attack that they used against structures that did a lot of damage. And you can't imagine that these days.
Yeah.
Reaper is barely scratch build-ins.
Yeah, those were fun. Because back in the day, if you didn't scout at all, you could just be sitting in the back of your base against a Terran player, and then 50 Reapers just show up in your base and just start throwing grenades at your buildings, just killing them so quickly.
Let's take a quick note. It looks like one of the main things that SgtABC wanted to do with Burrow was just block where the hatcheries could land, but boy, trying to take care of a Reaper if your Zerglings don't have speed is a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, he's putting down a Spine Crawler. He's got Lair almost done, but I don't think his build is going to pay off.
Yeah, and MonkeyShaman moving across the map with what looks like about 7 Marines.
Early stim time in here. He wants them to reach the other side just as stim completes.
Yeah. And he knows his opponent doesn't have speed, I think. Well, I guess it wasn't shown because there weren't a lot of links that were made. But yeah, these 7 Marines should have a pretty good time as long as they don't go straight for the Spine Crawler. It looks like they will be going straight for the Spine Crawler.
Yeah. He's got 2 Lings and now 1 Queen. There's almost nothing. And he does not have to engage that Spine Crawler if he doesn't want to. However, yeah, in the end, just fighting within range of that Spine Crawler saved SgtABC completely.
Yeah, and SgtABC actually didn't overreact and make too many units. I mean, now he's making some units, I guess, to deal with any follow-up that might come his way. But yeah, there wasn't a lot of economic damage for MonkeyShaman, unfortunately.
Yeah, I want to know what the next step of SgtABC's scheme is here, because I mean, yeah, he is. Here we go, finally come into play with that orbital not able to land. But you can deal with that off 1 scan and then just reposition it again. So where is Burrow coming in here? Speed is being researched now. Still, 7-minute mark is pretty unusual, but that's definitely earlier than he researched it last game.
Yeah. SgtABC just droning behind this. It looks like, okay, man, you're going for a Nidus Canal, so giving MonkeyShaman a taste of his own medicine.
Yep, that's why it chose Lair. Both these players, both these games are just blowing my mind. I really feel like neither of them have done. They've got great ideas. I don't think those ideas have received as much practice as maybe they'd want, especially if, I mean, MonkeyShaman, he's random, so that gives you a third of the opportunities to practice anything specific. I know that from experience, and boy, I still have a lot of random games I have to complete before I get the, Hybrid Destroyer portrait.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I'm working on. Alright, very defensive, but one thing that's lacking with the Nidus play right now is the fact that I don't see any Overlords that are, so they have to go here, and then probably just break down that barrier.
MonkeyShaman just scanned the Nidus Canal, but he doesn't know where the Nidus is currently burrowing.
Yes. You don't see a lot of Niduses where a burrowed Zerglian or what spots for them.
Yeah, so MonkeyShaman does put down a couple of missile turrets right here, because I think he's thinking maybe there's going to be like an Overlord that will come in that direction later. But yeah, there's no way to actually get into this base right now.
I don't think SgtABC understands. Yeah, it is worker only.
Oh. Okay,
I'm not
well,
sure exactly how that works. Workers hover, that might figure into it. But yeah, Zerglians and other units that are just as small as workers, they cannot go through there.
Yeah, so he just used the Zerglings to get a little bit more vision, and the second Nidus Canal is actually able to unload some units. Are there any units in the actual Nidus Canal, though?
There are not right now. Then, but here not. That's about to change. Banelins. He could even burrow them if he wants, but no, Marauders are gonna
Oh,
get there.
he also forced a pretty late stim out of MonkeyShaman. I guess this stim helped to take out the Nidus Canal with
it helped,
the
but there are no medevacs. Well, but yeah, remember, Banelands can attack well burrowed, so if you're in a situation where you don't think that they can do the damage, just send them over the mineral line, burrow them there, and then pop out once it's saturated.
Yeah.
Guys, live it, man. And yeah, here we go. He is destroying his own barrier. There's a siege tank that's actually blocking the ramp. I don't think he's noticed that. And yeah, and that is on his side of the map. I think probably just as a bit of a bluff.
Yeah, I feel like if you have a Nidus Canal, even if you're not able to get the damage that you're looking for, like doing a Nidus here or there, even defensively, like putting a Nidus Canal right behind your mineral lines as well, especially at your 4th and 5th bases. It serves two purposes. One, very easy escape for your workers, so should they be harassed, and 2, psychological damage to your opponent.
Lot more beneficial than dropping nukes in places where there's nothing to target.
Yeah.
There's at least some follow-up usage you can get off of there. Yeah, SgtABC is scanning around. He still has not detected that remaining Burrowed Zergling, but oh man. Look at the army supply difference here, 83 to 30, and a lot of SgtABCs. Yeah, I mean Banelands, they only get to attack once. That's the deal with them.
There's 9 hatcheries in production right now, Hyper Turtle, but there's no army supply.
Yeah, that's the big thing that's been lacking for SgtABC this match. He has not been building a lot of units. There we go. Is he going to detonate them while they're still burrowed? I want to see this.
Yeah, I do want to see a juicy Baneling connection here.
You gotta be paying a lot of attention for that to work.
Oh, he's so close.
Ooh, come
no,
on.
not on the Marauders. Oh, okay, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Mostly Marauders. Still, style points, man. Big style points. 24 Zerglings on the way. MonkeyShaman is just so far ahead with the upgrades. Plus, he's got 3 siege tanks and this mix of Marine Marauder. As long as the Marauders are up front and the siege tanks are way in the back, this is a very good composition against what's being thrown at them. Speed has completed. He actually does kill quite a bit. But now, okay, well, more Banelings are there. MonkeyShaman doing a pretty good job keeping at least the majority of the Marauders up front.
Yeah, very good Baneling connections, but there isn't a lot of leftover DPS to actually clean up the rest of this army.
Banelings are a one-way trip. They attack once, and then they never do anything again. Okay.
Yeah.
Zerglings aren't bad, as long as they can get close enough to the siege tank. Now, this siege tank is still at least close enough to the other ones. And, yeah, SgtABC is running out of options here. This could finally allow MonkeyShaman to give a 3rd point to PulledTheBoys.
I think so too. This is looking very good for MonkeyShaman at this point. And his 2-2 is about to finish as well. These infantry units are going to be a lot harder to kill.
Again, and I'm talking from experience, not necessarily, criticizing what we've seen here, but a lot of the time when I give really creative plays, it ends up confusing me as much as my opponent. You end up with having to adapt to openings that are very different than what you usually have, and sometimes some ideas that look very good on paper, you really have to practice them quite a bit in execution to see what you do a little differently. Here we go, a 13.5-minute triple proxy barracks here. Quadruple proxy barracks. These guys are next level.
That's definitely one way to put it. The siege tanks are aggroing the rest of those Banelings, and that was the crux of SgtABC's defense.
And there is a nuke being researched. Bonus points if MonkeyShaman just drops that in a random spot and forces SgtABC to look around. He just doesn't have a lot of units to look with, though.
Yeah.
But yes, he wants to check off. I think both of them want to check off using some abilities they don't get to use very often. Whether it's burrow detonation or nukes or what. Still a little bit of time left. I I don't think the nuke is really going to do anything that he wasn't able to do before. SgtABC aware of that exit route, so he's transferring all of his workers to a hidden base, but I mean, there's a lot he has to rebuild. Where is that? Yeah, okay, that nuke is going to land on the fourth base over here.
Yep. The medevac's flying over it. It's going to be a little dicey. Oh, wait, it got cancelled.
Two of his own medevacs. Yeah, it did, actually. It
got cancelled because the ghost died.
Did it? What killed it?
I think so. I didn't catch it. I didn't catch what it was.
There is one ghost alive. I don't know if that was the one that was spotting for the nuke or not.
Yeah, MonkeyShaman just looking for the rest of the...
I think right now it's just about the two of them having a little bit more fun with what they still have left.
I think so,
Body pool is being built, but it is very close to where that army is. And yeah, these SCVs scout that location.
I think we should probably see another Nidus Canal going up in this section. Just to evac these workers and send them somewhere else.
A Nidus Worm, I think. I don't know, where was that?
It was at the space over here. The freshest base from SgtABC.
Okay. GG,
and we get the GG.
Fun's over. Alright, thank you both. MonkeyShaman, you have gotten your team up to 3 wins now. Those were very creative games.
Those were
very,
fun.
very, very creative. SgtABC, you know, I didn't quite catch when you finally researched speed in the first game.
Oh my god, that first speed, I was like, oh no, I didn't hit the button.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think
MK is so far away from the rest of them.
Yeah.
I think all around, I mean, I'm just guessing. It didn't seem like the two of you had practiced those a lot, but you wanted to really get creative. The gold base, it was quite a while before you were able to get the hatchery up, quite a while before you mined from it. But it did.
Oh no, I didn't want to take from that early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just kind of wanted to have control of it. It ended up luring your opponent into a lot of fights.
Yeah, I spent a lot of resources, honestly, on just sort of getting at that gold base, where I think that maybe if I had just sort of pushed at the natural, because he had a bunch of stuff on that side of the map, it might have been more difficult to kind of collect his stuff together. But also, I really wanted to get the gold base and maybe roll some speed banelings through a speed zone just for the zoom. And I really hoped that those crawlers would be able to finally sprint on their little legs, but
So I was explaining this on the stream, but yeah, they have the structure tag.
Yeah,
which means there's certain things they don't benefit from. Neither do floating Terran buildings, and yeah, whether they're uprooted or not, even though they no longer they're uprooted, they don't take damage for being off creep.
Oh, I could have had my Ovi's poop. All right.
You could. There's all
that's
kinds
the way
of
to do
stuff.
it. Yeah.
But yeah, and whether they're uprooted or not, they still take extra damage from Banelings or from upgraded Tempests. It's all the tags. That's what really figures into it.
Although,
and yeah, second game, boy, I even with blocks, I don't think I've ever seen the Burrow researched that early.
I was thinking
just ended up not paying off because your opponent took the pocket base first.
I was thinking that was gonna be a one base roach with burrow. You make like a handful of roaches, and then every time one gets low, you just burrow it, force a scan if they're gonna scan at all, and then just re-burrow when it's full health.
I thought it was gonna be tunneling claws, and then I scanned and I saw the Nidus. Yeah, I thought you were gonna do burrow roach shenanigans too.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about trying to do the early burrowed roaches. That's a high tier move. I've seen some pros.
That's a fun one.
Like as a regular, that's their regular opener. They open with burrowed roaches.
Yeah.
And they can get away with it because they can keep the roaches alive. I've never really done that.
And you gotta get roach speed too with that
I've
one.
heard
I learned
stories
that
of
the hard way.
this mythical like 7 roach attack, where like, the roach warrant's getting built at like 22 supply or something nuts, and you're on a mission for burrowed roaches just to like beat down the depot wall and live forever and that kind of thing. It does sound really strong.
That one, and I don't play it that often because it's hard. I mean, it is.
Well, the game's always hard. Hypertroll, I want to say one thing in defense of the Spine Crawler, which is that I believe it is the only Zerg unit that has bonus versus armored. So even though it's not a unit, it has a special place in our hearts.
Oh yeah, I'm.
Oh, the lurker, MonkeyShaman.
Lurker does bonus versus armor.
It does.
No,
yes.
yeah, it does actually.
What don't lurkers do?
It's weird because in the campaign they actually do bonus against light instead. I don't know.
Yep. Well,
all right.
Regardless, those are fun as always. So GG's, well played.
Yeah, I thought I'd play some shenanigans on the second one because I'm like, doesn't really matter if I win this next one. I was kind of messing around.
All good. I think that we both just wanted to play well, have some fun games, give the fans something to cheer out at or say what the heck is that. So mission accomplished.
Alrighty, well, you made for some fun things to cast, I will definitely say that. And you gave me the opportunity to throw a lot of really pointless trivia around.
Excellent. That's what we're here for.
And then welcome to LilReaper and MonkeyShaman, LilReaper and SirMalagant, and goodbye to MonkeyShaman.
Later.
All right. And do we have them on camera?
Good games.
Good games.
All right. So, SirMalagant, are you in game right now?
Nope. I'm good to go.
Okay.
All right, welcome players. Welcome. So we're heading into a PvP with you two. How are you guys feeling about the match?
Man, PvP is my worst. So LilReaper's probably specialty is PvP. So we'll see.
Well, the two of you go way back in FSL. You both do. Here, let me get ABC out.
Yeah, so LilReaper, can you confirm that? Is that your favorite matchup right now?
I hate PvZ.
PvZ you don't like, okay.
So PvP is definitely not your least favorite.
I like PvT better though.
Okay. Yeah, I think PvP is probably not the worst mirror matchup. I think my favorite mirror matchups is EBZ. But yeah, PvP is pretty great. How are you guys feeling about the new Protoss changes?
I'm still trying to get used to it, man. That warp gate. Sometimes I forget that
Yeah.
I have like 8 gates and then I only have 4 gates open. And we're warping in 4 zealots. So sometimes I just
and
forget.
Nucleo, we need the music. All right.
Proxy pylons go crazy on the new patch. I love proxy pylons.
Yeah, 4-second warp time.
You're willing to spend the extra, willing to spend the extra money? Go for it. That's what I say. If anything, people are expecting it less early on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna get to it. Best of luck. All right. So we see the third of the. Trio of brothers, DarkMenace, Neutrophil, and now LilReaper.
Yeah. I think, and this is SirMalagant as well, who also has a familial relationship, yes?
Is he an uncle?
I think so, right? Yeah, so...
I know KJ is in the chat, but yeah, the very original, F in FSL was family. It was all, like, relatives of people who were running Storm Gaming behind the scenes, and then they extended to friends, and then they needed new blood, so...
Yeah, now it is open to the public.
Now open to anyone who is fun.
Yes, true, anyone who is fun and family-friendly. So that goes for the chat as well. If you guys are interested in joining FSL, you should definitely check out the apply page that we have for future seasons. Express your interest and we may reach out to you.
Alright. Amygdala. We have not had this mapped yet as far as this matchup between teams goes. All right, in the upper right we have our orange Protoss. We have everyone adding the links there at once. Great. And he is playing for the team
PulledTheBoys.
And in the bottom right, we have the purple Protoss player. His uncle, his name is
SirMalagant.
And he represents the Season 11 champions of
SpecialTactics.
Yeah, so you take this because I gotta look this up. There was actually kind of a family tree that Cyan gave me of, yeah, KJ's family, extended, Cyan's family, and then, you know, we have a couple of the children in ETTT's family, or might have been, I forget who the father was, whether it was E.T. Ponehome, but yeah, these are guys where, like, the wives, the daughters, the fathers, the brothers, uncles, were all involved for quite a while. A lot of them have kind of moved on to other games, other lifestyles if need be, other focuses here. So, Psystorm.
Yeah, it is definitely a family affair. Just updating the scoreboard right now because people like to see that.
Yeah, they like things to be current. Imagine that.
It would help if the players always pick the same colors, though. Sometimes they switch colors in between games too. All right, there we go.
Okay, no, Seth. Seth is their uncle.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he hasn't been involved for a little while. And yeah, the Archaic and Grad are Seth's kids. And then yeah, we've got some family friends from the Philippines. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to double check.
Well, you know, sometimes when you introduce a family friend in these cultures,
There we go. We finally heard from KJ. SirMalagant is also an uncle.
Oh, okay.
All right,
okay.
now we know everyone. Now we can look at this game where LilReaper is doing his best to block the expansion.
Well, sometimes even when you introduce a family friend to your kids, they still get referred to as uncle. And I think the new Gen Z thing is just to call anyone whose age starts with a 3 Unc. So.
Yeah, pylon block there, and I will second that because we don't. War Bunnies, who is a long-time friend of mine, my we often refer to him as uncle, or in my daughter still likes to call him actually Unkit. And there we go, proxy over here. Yep, he is Unkit.
Yeah, 2-gate Robo. So the Robo is proxied with 2 gates to reinforce. Now 3 gates, actually, so there's no intention to expand whatsoever from SirMalagant's side. He's looking to end this game as soon as possible.
Exactly.
LilReaper is quick with a wall off.
Oh, he knows the stuff, but he's even more comfortable if you let him just keep producing gateway units for the 5-minute mark. That is the big dangerous spot for her. Immortal is about to come out. SirMalagant is going to have to start warping guys in. Warp Gate has not finished yet. It is about to finish for both of them, which will both allow them to change gateways into warp gates at a cost, but it will also allow them to just speed up the production from the normal gateways, and that is a very nice thing as far as defenses go.
Yeah, LilReaper's so quick with the temporary wall offs here, just leaving a probe in that general location just to prevent the adepts from getting a full scout or even any damage.
Question is whether he's ready for this Immortal. I'm pretty. Let me just double check. Has he?
I think he does know about it. Oh no, he doesn't. Oh my god. Okay, I thought he would have scouted it by now.
Doesn't quite. He does not know that it is a Robo.
Well, now he knows.
And there we go. That is a lot of extra damage and a lot of extra tanking.
Yeah. with two immortals right at the front there, they're going to make short work of these stalkers. Yeah, they take out the shield battery right away, and now they're working on the Nexus.
How quickly they can take out any structure. Almost all structures have the armored tag, by the way. So they take extra damage from both the stalkers and the immortals, but especially the immortals.
Yep. I think, yeah, LilReaper has to give up the natural base. And just using a sentry just to prevent the units from really making their way up. Now, LilReaper should recognize that this is very committed aggression from SirMalagant. As long as he's able to hold on here and eventually establish a base, he should be perfectly fine in this game. SirMalagant providing providing a proxy pylon. I think he's going to build some shield batteries at the bottom here and then use that as a very entrenched position to push up into the main of LilReaper.
I'm curious, he is making a zealot now the charge is complete. He might try to make a bunch of zealots and just use them to fight the stalkers and the immortals, since they do not take bonus damage. They are not armored, they are light.
Yeah.
And yeah, here we go, 2 immortals in the warp prism.
Yeah, nice catch there by LilReaper. Getting 2 stalkers. I think he should have been able to only get 1 there, but SirMalagant was a little late on the pullback there.
Not revealing the warp prism until everyone's done warping, and here we go. SirMalagant's zealots, by the way, do not have charge. So a lot less mobile. And well, that warp prism, it needs to actually go out of, what, prism mode? There's a term for it, like an official name.
Warp mode or something, right?
Let's see. I gotta make a point to just keep Liquipedia up whenever I'm casting.
It's alright, we can just call it warp mode for now. LilReaper using his warp-ins just to defensively knock this Immortal Warp Prism back. And now LilReaper has broken through the entrenched position, working on that proxy robo right now, and he should be able to shut this aggression down.
The shield battery not within range of the robotics facility.
Oh yeah, good catch there. But yeah, now, LilReaper breaks through the rest of this, and SirMalagant is expanding off the back of this.
Yeah, SirMalagant also trying to take the opportunity to do some popping here, popping the immortals in and out, but LilReaper was on top of it. He now has 61 supplied to his opponent's 35.
Yeah, I think priority number 1 is just getting that Nexus down for LilReaper, but I think he's in a very good position this game. The investment made on the other side of the map by SirMalagant has not totally paid off for him, but he does have that earlier Nexus on the way now. I think the question is, will he be able to hold on to it, though? There is a pretty big army supply difference at the moment.
Huge. And for the record, phasing mode is what it's called when you become stationary and have that warp field.
Yeah. Good force fields here by SirMalagant. But the shield batteries do go down, and as the force fields expire, LilReaper should be able to get on top of these immortals.
GG, LilReaper weathered the storm and then handed the damage back tenfold. Another win for the boys. Now it is 3-9. And we're going to be moving on to Lockdown.
Revu in the chat saying sometimes it's an early age starting with 2 that they get called Unk. I have heard that as well. The bar for being an Unk is pretty low nowadays.
Which means it's also a lower bar for being referred to as Gramps. I know that from experience.
That is also true.
And yes, this kid is beyond good. He makes a habit of really tearing apart us 30 plus. I'm very, very, very ready. All right, so there we go. I need to skip an ad really quickly. Oh, come on. He's I think he's joking around that he was watching the Twitch. He is not. We know that from some of the actions he took. He just really is that good.
Yeah.
I am one of these days. I would really like. I mean, he hasn't quite reached the level of his brothers, but you know, he definitely can take. I'm pretty sure he can take games off them, but I would like to see the point where, yeah, they're working full time and he's been able to practice more than them. All right. In the upper right, we have the orange Protoss. He is and he is playing for the team of
PulledTheBoys.
And in the bottom right, we have the purple Protoss player. His name is
SirMalagant.
Representing the team of
SpecialTactics.
My nephew has a Nintendo Switch and does some computer games too. I'm not sure what he plays these days. I kind of got him started on some of those Nintendo platforming games, but I think his focus right now is mostly on soccer, you know, actual soccer, nothing from EA. And he is involved in like multiple leagues at once. What is this map? This map is Lockdown. This is a new one.
I'm guessing LilReaper doesn't do a ton of laddering.
Yeah, this was recently added, and yeah, the infirmary, which is wise enough not to have a red circle around it, so Blizzard doesn't have any trouble. And yeah, LilReaper just completing the wall for his opponent, just to make it even more difficult to get the probes down there. Yeah, and yeah, he never intended to complete that.
Basically identical builds from both players right now. It looks like SirMalagant just trying to be a little annoying there, just prevent any second base from going down, or just to check the timing of it.
Right, well, second gateway about to complete for SirMalagant. That is the big difference here. And of course, yeah, this time he is going ahead with a pylon block on LilReaper.
Oh wait, my bad. This is actually a 2-gate from SirMalagant and a single gate from LilReaper.
Yes, indeed.
Oh wait, hold on. What, LilReaper? What are you doing here? Let's check the vision of SirMalagant real quick, and yeah, he is none the wiser right now.
Yep, and Warp Gate. I mean, research has begun, but it's going to be quite a while before research completes, even with the Chrono win. But yes, he wants to be especially sneaky here.
Yeah, well, LilReaper did say that pylon warp-ins go crazy on this patch, so I think we're about to see that. No, LilReaper only has a single gateway behind this, though. He went 1 gate expand, so I guess he could maybe hide this pylon for the longest time until the point where he actually wants to warp in. It might end up working out for him.
Here comes the second one. And also, I mean, with that pylon, he can also get a look at what the initial attack units might be, because once SirMalagant sees it, I'm sure he's going to try to eliminate it as soon as possible. He's currently supply blocked, actually, SirMalagant.
Yeah.
And I don't see a pylon on the way, either.
Yeah, LilReaper's so good with this. As soon as he saw those adepts, he sent 1 probe to the wall just to conditionally wall it.
That's right. You know, you want to talk about interaction with unit tags. Shades can go through units, they cannot go through structures.
Yeah. It's interesting to try to reverse engineer StarCraft just based on the behavior of the game.
I think there's a lot more of that with the original StarCraft and StarCraft II. You can see that with the maps that get created for competitive Brood War. Just the bizarre things they've done, you know. I mean, the map maker was the map editor was actually reverse engineered. No one uses StarReddit and hasn't for a very long time. I believe SgtABC is the popular one, but yeah, they found ways to add things like neutral structures. And yeah, okay, forget that. We have an adept warping it right now.
It's still
SirMalagant's.
It's still hidden though. He still doesn't have a vision of that part of his base.
We should call him Sneaky Reaper. He's not as little, but each one of these seasons he gets a little bit sneakier.
Covert Ops Reaper.
He is showing his hand. You know, you want to talk about adepts. It's even better if you don't even have to go past any buildings.
Yeah. There is an immortal that is just about to pop for SirMalagant here, and that will help out a lot with the defense.
Yeah. When possible, you want to try to just keep your workers out of range and let your army units take care of... Oh, and I hadn't noticed he was warping in a battery, but yeah. Recalls them, kills 8 workers, not bad. I mean,
yeah.
You know, that's an investment. He's going to lose the pylon, lose the shield battery, which completed. But at the very least, definitely threw SirMalagant off a little bit. But yes, with StarCraft 1 maps, it's become standard to have some just really bizarre things. They've even had some where there's like permanent disruption fields or dark swarms that are on the map to begin with. Even like neutral units that just stand there and get in the way. They've got that. They had that on last season's map pool. And yeah, neutral eggs that just serve kind of as destructible rocks that you can use to help your wall off and then destroy once you've got powerful enough units. But anyway, SirMalagant, you know, a little bit ahead in supply, but LilReaper's got the defender's advantage right now.
Yeah, that shield battery coming online right about now. LilReaper is so good with these wall off. That adept almost made it in.
It's like, I think he can complete a wall off with his eyes closed.
Like SirMalagant has to get like a little bit frustrated at this point. He's been trying that over and over again, and not a single one has been working out.
I mean, it's still a nice way to tax your opponent's attention, and tax their APM.
Yeah.
Reaper has a probe that's just kind of circling around. I think he might have been considering a proxy pylon. Or maybe, since it's over there, just looking to see where the bases might be.
Yeah, just making sure that his opponent doesn't have a ninja base.
Exactly. And yep, SirMalagant with the drop play again. Right now, both of them are still just at 2 bases. Neither of them have their natural saturated. They have been so busy just trying to find some ways to throw their opponent off, catch them off guard. And this ain't bad. Look at LilReaper immediately warping in 3 Stalkers.
Yeah. The Stalkers are targeting the Zealots. And the Zealots do get on top of the rest of the army. LilReaper forced a recall here just to make sure he doesn't lose too much economy.
I think that's the right call.
Oh, but only a portion of his army got recalled. Just a Stalker and a Immortal. This is actually a little bit of a disaster situation.
Lost that Immortal. This is rough. Taking advantage of the space in between the warp gates there.
Yeah, Zealot versus Zealot just comes down to whoever has more surface area.
Yep, and when the charges hit, because sometimes the charge ends up automatically triggering when only one of your opponent's Zealots is accessible. This is where you actually might want to turn off autocast. I don't think many people do, though. Alright, yep, goes ahead, evacuates a bit. I don't know how much work he got done. Most of those workers got transferred.
I heard that if you constantly retarget what the Zealot is charging at, it can theoretically charge forever.
Yes, the charge continues until it actually attacks.
Yeah.
So that is a fun little thing. I think it's actually even possible, like, you know, its charge I don't think starts until you're within range of something, so you can't use it as a big shortcut, but yep, there we go. LilReaper taking that corner base. He's already mining from it.
Yeah. With a Dark Shrine as a follow-up here for DTs and Archons to bolster his army. Oh yeah.
DTs are one of those units where they're circumstances where they just instantly win the game if your opponent is prepared. You don't usually have that this late in the game, though. And SirMalagant, you know, unless the first thing they do is depower the robotics facility, that's not going to be the case here. And yeah, LilReaper already with some stalkers over on the west side there, but they're not moving. I think for the first time in this series, SirMalagant has actually been able to sneak something past him.
Yeah. Oh, and LilReaper accidentally targeting his own pylon. The rest of the Zealots do get on top of the rest of the units.
He's gonna stop before it's dead, though. I think. Come on, LilReaper, don't make my analysis. Okay, there we go. Took away the shields of it, but I think he's gonna be alright. Now, SirMalagant did not see the Dark Shrine, but I'm sure he knows it's a possibility.
Yeah, I think he's probably played against the LilReaper enough to know.
Oh,
one thing that I think LilReaper is getting away with a little bit is just having the third base in the ninja location. SirMalagant has no such third base. The first Dark Templar from LilReaper is in the natural right now. LilReaper is sending it towards the main, though. Maybe he'll warp in another one to be in the natural at the same time.
There is no observer and no cannon yet.
There's a cannon.
Now.
There's a cannon in the main.
In the main, okay. Yeah, there we go.
And a second cannon goes down in the natural.
Yeah, good idea. This is as he's trying to take his third.
I think LilReaper is going to see, he's going to see all these cannons coming online, and an observer as well. These DTs are not getting the damage that they were hoping for.
Well, it's not a big investment. He's only got a couple.
Yeah. Obviously, he can use that for Dark Templar very easily.
Oh, Styx probes got caught on the transfer. And
Yep.
they're going right after the Nexus, which is not complete. Will he cancel it? Yeah, right now the focus is switched.
Yeah, LilReaper getting a nice little concave on this army, but I'm not sure he has enough supply to fully punish it. SirMalagant just have so many... Yeah, SirMalagant just has so much high HP units in the form of those Immortals, in the form of those Archons, just tanking so much of LilReaper's army.
Archons aren't high HP units, they're high shield units.
Yes, very spongy units. And a fourth base on the way for LilReaper here. So LilReaper really, I would like to see a higher probe count, but he kind of is running away with the income in this game. The third base is barely mining for SirMalagant, and he has to be starting to mine up very soon in his main. So in terms of potential income, LilReaper has all of that secured, but I think he just needs to figure out a way to match SirMalagant's army.
LilReaper still hasn't taken the gases in his third, or actually any base except the main.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I guess Zealots are the and here we go. Look what was just discovered.
Oh yeah.
War Bunny has been a big critic of my casting, so thank you for keeping me honest. I can't even remember what he's correcting me about. Yes, he did, but what someone saw or what someone created. All right, here we go. This is going to be the next battleground. SirMalagant's going to have to make sure that his units aren't just targeting structures. It doesn't look like they will be. They're all very close together.
And unfortunately, LilReaper's units kind of trickled in there as well versus an army that is, with all those Archons, kind of hard countering the amount of Zealots.
So that one Dark Templar is kind of gradually picking away at the Archon.
Yeah. Oh, but he moves the Dark Templar back. I guess he assumed that the Observer would be on the way and just wanted to hightail it out of there?
Yeah, I think so. I think he wants to move his defenses back to the now third base.
LilReaper does have a Warp Prism of his own. Warps in a few Zealots in the back of SirMalagant's base just to try to buy himself some time, and he does force a recall.
I want to note that he had actually just put down assimilators on that hidden base.
Mm-hmm.
Still does not have them on the second or third, so two
yeah.
of the assimilators he does have in play can't be used unless he wants to long distance mine.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I feel
that
like
that was what I was waiting for, that Artosis pylon to be targeted.
And it does go down.
All these units just kind of stuck in a little jam at a dead end in the SimCity.
Yeah, they're making it look like Brood War pathing right now. They found a way.
They're making it look like Terran mech, where you have, that one siege tank that's in the way.
Yeah.
It happens. It's still an issue to some extent in StarCraft II.
Yeah, if LilReaper is just able to take some more gases, which he does start taking out as third, interestingly. Not as natural just yet. But I feel like at this point you should really have like all 6 of your gases, right? In this matchup, right?
If you're playing as Protoss, you want to put all your gases into the tech units, especially like turning Templar into Archons, and then all the minerals that are left over you spend on Zealot. That is the tried and true method. The Zealot Archon deal, with some Immortals mixed in too, preferably. So
LilReaper setting up a beautiful concave here.
Yeah.
The Zealots start going in, but SirMalagant wisely retreats back into the choke point.
And SirMalagant still has 3 unpowered warp gates, by the way, that he hasn't had a chance to check out.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
wow.
He's been doing a lot of this, big focus, just sending the warp prisms over to the mains. LilReaper's got a shield battery there now, which will limit it, but it is almost out unless he recharges it.
Yeah. He forces a warp in and then just gets out of there. We'll probably go back in.
Upgrades just at +1 attack for both. This is very unusual as far as when they're taking watts.
Yeah, +2 just finished for LilReaper there. And but yeah, you are right.
About to finish for SirMalagant. +2 and also +1 armor, just about to get there.
Yeah, LilReaper's +3 just started as well, and it looks like he is chronoing it. So like he will have a advantage, I think, in the attack upgrades, unless SirMalagant also ends up chroning this. Yeah, he is chronoing it. So yeah, pretty even upgrades. A little bit more armor for SirMalagant though. Wisely going for that second forge.
Adding Colossus to the mix.
Yeah.
So it's a nice thing, especially if you got the bigger army. Just having the Colossus add some damage from a safe distance. And here we go. LilReaper going off third in this case, because that's when he took it.
Yeah, SirMalagant does reposition his army now, and he will engage those Zealots. The Zealots do run away. It looks like LilReaper will target fire the base, and he does get it. But now LilReaper is fighting into a choke versus a lot of Archons here.
He's got to get down that stairway. He did have, at the same time, taking out pylons again, including the one that again had those warp gates going.
But losing the main army fight right now, so he will make it a lot harder for SirMalagant to reinforce his army.
Going after probes 2, going after the robotics facility. LilReaper being very crafty with his targeting.
Yeah, so he is down in army supply right now, though, but I don't think SirMalagant is going to have an easy time replenishing this army at all.
He is going to have to repower or replace quite a bit of production. Here come more Zealots heading towards the third. That one has batteries and cannons, though. Yeah, SirMalagant does have Blink, so he's able to still not quite keep up, but he was able to get some parting shots in.
Yeah. LilReaper seeing if he can make the Dark Templar work, or perhaps just making a few more Archons. They have been warped in and they are chipping away at that army, but the Observer is right on the tail of that army, so they should be able to dispatch these DTs pretty quickly.
Yeah, both their mains mined out of minerals with only one active geyser. LilReaper hasn't noticed there's only one probe mining the remaining geyser in the main base. It is just so odd that he has not put assimilators in his natural.
Yeah.
Gas, I think gas is more important for Protoss throughout the whole game than it is for any other race. Straight from the beginning, you want 2 gases covered. Oh, and this is just such an advantageous position when he's fighting against Zealots. Using that ramp choke, using the space between the Nexus and the minerals. I think SirMalagant has this. He is over double supply, and he is doing damage right in LilReaper's base, taking out a pylon, depowering 2 warp gates, and a robotic facility. GG! SirMalagant wins another win. He goes to us. right, another point for PulledTheBoys, but also another point for SpecialTactics. Very intense matches there. That second game with the proxy robo, you were able, I think, to do enough damage. Well, both of you being, having to take really late naturals. LilReaper, I was noticing the second match, you never actually were able to get the assimilators down, the gas down on your natural. So there was a lot of adaptation both of you had to do. And oh man, the warp prisms. The warp prisms were the stuff of nightmares for both of you. Constant probes and pylons getting killed.
Yeah, I had to drop cannons there in the late game. It's like, what the heck? I don't want to deal with this prism anymore.
Or the DTs, right, SirMalagant?
I know, right? The DTs. I'm gonna just put the cannon in there, just so I don't have to worry about it.
I think in the end, it was really a battle of gas. SirMalagant, you were throughout that just mining more gas, and I think that was what the difference maker was. But LilReaper really hitting hard first match, just as we always expect. So yeah, very, very exciting games there. Thank you.
Yep, good games, LilReaper.
Oh, and here we go. KJ Freedom getting ready to join. We're just gonna move ahead. We're gonna be gradually wrapping this up. But yeah.
All right,
we will see how much more extra points both teams can get.
GG's, guys.
All right, welcome SoRangae. And KJ was in the streaming chat earlier. I do not hear him right now. Is he on camera? Him and SoRangae?
Yes, he is on camera. Looks like he's just getting things set up right now.
Yeah. It's not easy being the big guy. Hello.
Ooh. How's it going, SirRangae? So we haven't seen you in a bit, right? Because your team has won, placed seed 1 very early on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How has StarCraft been treating you?
300 mineral command centers are really cool.
Well, it's 300 minerals, but then you're paying like the extra 150. But yeah, it is. I don't know. It's like I'm still wondering what the purpose of that change was.
I thought you were only paying the extra when you were making a planetary, not an orbital. Am I wrong?
No, you still pay 150 for the orbital, but like now net it's like 100 minerals cheaper. Yeah, it's still net 100 minerals cheaper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, unless you want to make a planetary. That was what they raised the price on. Okay. Yeah, so I'm up to speed again. SoRangae, we're going ahead and inviting you to party.
Oh, cool.
And we have KJ here as well, just muted.
Yeah. Terran versus Terran, people.
How's it going, KJ? Are you feeling ready for your match?
Not really. I don't really play Terran.
God, I gotta show my support. I gotta wear the same hat you're wearing.
Did this hat ship with the game? Like, what is this merch?
It's just merch. It's just something they were selling on the online store. I think back, the ownership, like the actual company is running it, have changed quite a bit. For a while, Blizzard was running it, then it was Fanatics. It changes hands between different companies that like make sports memorabilia. But yeah, this is generic as you can get. But hey, why not?
I do miss those vintage style race t-shirts. They had Terran, Protoss, and Zerg. I used to have a Protoss t-shirt, but then I wore it so much that like it just got a hole in it and I can't wear it anymore. But yeah, people would always see Jinx, exactly. People would always see my shirt and they're like, "Oh, that's Wu-Tang Clan, right?" I'm like, "No, it's it's Protoss." And I didn't even play Protoss at the time, but I really like the logo.
Or listen to Wu-Tang Clan?
I also didn't listen to Wu-Tang Clan. I mean, like, no of them, obviously, but like, they're like, "Oh, it's Wu-Tang, right?" It's like, no, not nearly cool. Not nearly as cool.
I've got the later Jinx t-shirts where they sort of added the unit silhouettes on top of the symbols. But anyway, enough about me. Hey, KJ, you are part of the championship team, and it's time to represent here.
Yeah, we pulled it off. Now my games don't matter. We won it already.
Yeah. Well,
No
look at
pressure
that.
whatsoever.
All right, we're gonna go into it, and this is gonna be the last matchup of the day. We will see where the score ends up. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, since the score doesn't matter at all, I fully expect to see a planetary fortress rush. You know, just build a 300 mineral CC, lift it, land it in your opponent's base, start morphing.
Executor Wutanis. I like it. All right, well, they are ready, so we will go in. Terran versus Terran to wrap the day up. Then we're going to be taking some time off. We're hoping to set up some really interesting, just kind of fun show matches, some days where we change how things go.
You are watching.
And figure it all out. He was asking if the score should be 313. I'm not sure. All right.
Well, we're just updating the score right now.
Yeah.
There we go.
413. All right. In the lower right, we have the blue Terran. He is.
Oh, sorry. Just give me 1 sec with that.
Yep. Take your time, man.
Sarah and Gay.
And he represents the team of?
Oh, man. You talk memorabilia, signed GSL jacket. That is not in my collection. All right. And in the upper left, we have the red Terran, and he is...
KJ Freeedom.
No, very hard. Playing for the team of...
SpecialTactics.
I've got a lot of StarCraft collectibles. Something I'm very much lacking from that category, though, is anything with an autograph on it. That's, there was a convention fairly recently where I was looking at getting Timothy Zahn's autograph. The famous Star Wars Legends Universe author who also did one StarCraft book. But, I ended up not being able to make it to that convention. Who knows? Alright, but yeah, anyway, point being SoRangae with 1 proxy pylon, 1 back home.
And you guys were right, the score should have been 4-12. I have amended that.
And yep, we are going proxy Reaper right now.
So whose autograph would you want in the StarCraft scene?
Autograph? I mean, Chris Metzen, probably #1. I mean, so many of the top Blizzard guys who, are working on other stuff or are doing their own companies right now, worked on StarCraft at some point. I wouldn't mind Trisha Helfer's autograph. I think that that would cover multiple fandoms.
Is she a voice actress? Okay.
Well, she does voice acting and standard acting and modeling. She was the person who somewhat controversially, in some people's eyes, took over Kerrigan's voice in StarCraft II after Glennis Tolkien had already recorded a bunch of the initial StarCraft II lines of the character.
Oh,
but,
so they had 2 actresses?
Well, yeah, I mean, most of the actors changed except for Raynor and Minsk and some of the units. Minsk is James Harper, Raynor is Robert Clotworthy. But yeah, most of the actors got replaced. The Kerrigan was a weird one because actually the initial Wings of Liberty recordings, she had done the lines. You can even hear it in one of the teaser trailers. But yeah, they brought in Trisha Helfer, who is very well known for multiple roles of the same model of Cylon and the Battlestar Galactica reboot.
Yeah, the Hellions making short work of those 2 Reapers in the main base.
KJ was more than ready for that. So I think very soon we'll be seeing that barracks fly home. And yep. Other Reaper just being used to take out the Scout. And A lot of the time what we see early on is maybe a couple Reapers, one Hellion, both defensively or offensively. But KJ is already getting a Siege Tank going and a Medevac. KJ likes to open up by trying to do some sort of aerial harass, whether it's an attack or a drop.
Yeah, I have seen him just load up his first few units, boost, just make it to his opponent's main, just try to put on the early harassment. In the meantime, SoRangae's early aggression has pewtered out, so he will have to fly that barracks. I was about to say back home, he's actually flying it right into his opponent's base, so is he meching from here? Maybe. Actually, there's a starport on the way. Maybe if he adds a couple more factories.
MonkeyShaman, that's not how you spell Cylon, either in the reboot or the original series, but yeah. Actually, that kind of makes me wonder, will they have any, like, notable live-action actors doing voices in whatever they have next for StarCraft, because they really went a little crazy with that in StarCraft II, but not really in their other franchises at all. They had quite a few sci-fi actors.
Didn't they make a World of Warcraft movie?
They did, but that was its own universe. It doesn't count as the same canon. They actually did like a book or two for it too. Yeah. Anyway, but all right. Here comes the Liberator, and yeah, not a lot to target in the natural, but he's just going to keep moving it on to. Yeah, SoRangae not sticking around to see where the Liberation Zone is. The Cyclone very much meant for exactly this eventuality. Ooh, yep, Liberator gets out of range, remaining sort of a distraction as KJ is moving his army across the map, and that includes a medevac with 2 siege tanks in it, just for the extra, extra speed. Oh.
I think I was thinking maybe this could be a elevator. Oh, okay. Or maybe a full frontal attack. If he gets those siege tanks, yeah, he just needs to get the siege tanks right on top of the siege tank.
Siege tank drop on top of siege tank. I love it.
Yeah.
I do not know if we're doing individual championships this season. I assume we are. I guess KJ would be the guy to ask in the post-match interview.
KJ did mention that we could plan it, so because a lot of the players here,
anyway.
Yeah.
Big thing we wanted to do was just play around with some different kinds of matches, and during that time, we are also going to be figuring out what we might want to change. Look at that Banshee, barely survived long enough.
This was so close.
There we go. Oh, 23 workers have been put in their graves now for poor SoRangae.
Yeah, I think KJ is running away with this game. Big worker difference, big army supply difference.
The Proxy Reaper just didn't accomplish anything. The Banshee play, KJ was ready for that. So, and that Liberator, just on what 16 health now. This has been the game of air units surviving with almost no supply, until they don't. Sometimes, that's the other part.
Yeah, nice hot pickup there for KJ.
He managed to drop the siege tank in time, only for the siege tank to suffer the same fate. So KJ's gonna have to back off here, but he's in a very comfortable position.
I think the Cyclone bullet.
GG.
I was about to say that the Cyclone bullet is dodgeable if you load into the medevac, right? Like if you just keep doing that micro.
It's a weird one because it's technically an ability, not a standard attack. So, I mean, putting it in there does break the lockup, and I believe that the attack doesn't actually do damage until it hits, so that, yes, that should work. And it works with most. It works with all ranged attacks. If it, gets popped into the transport.
Yeah, there are some attacks in StarCraft that are instant cast, like marine bullets and siege tank shots. Like you can't dodge those, but it's always fun to see like people dodging stalker shots or whatever using a medevac. That's always so impressive.
I think the same thing with Marines. It's the ranged attacks that don't have like a missile animation. It doesn't actually show the attack traveling towards there. It just shows the bullet marks on the. Oh, here, let me switch that. It shows the bullet marks on the unit. Anyway, so let's make sure they are ready. All right, SirMalagant says go. Ever.
And
so
the go from KJ.
Yeah, there's a voice director named Andrea Romano. She's like just famous for like Batman the Animated Series, Avatar. She was really big on like mixing career voice actors with people who were primarily live action actors like Mark Hamill. And yeah, she was the voice director for StarCraft II, and sure enough, he had a bunch of actual like live action sci-fi actors. Armin Shimmer, I think his name is, played Quark in some of the Ferengi and some of the Star Trek things. Also, Michael Dorn Worf, of course. Oh, here, I'll complete the list in a moment. But in the lower left, we have the Blue Terran,
Sarah and Gay.
And he represents the team of
PulledTheBoys.
And in the upper right, we have the red Terran player. His name is
KJ Freeedom.
Representing the team of
SpecialTactics.
But yeah, Armin Shimmerman, Quark for Star Trek. He did the voice of Nerud. Worf from Star Trek. Michael Dorn. He did, Tassadar Oros's voice. John Delancey was Q in Star Trek. Yeah, of course, does Alarak. Most people know that one. Claudia Christian from Babylon 5. She played Ivanova there. She did Rohana. And then also the legendary Megatron voice actor, Frank Welker, his name is. Yeah, he was the ancient busted. He was Zerman, the ancient primal Zerg. So yeah, I don't know if it was because of the voice director or whether their agents were just constantly looking for sci-fi related stuff. But yeah, they went crazy with that with StarCraft. A lot of career voice actors there too. All right, anyway, I'm gonna shut up now.
I think it's a crime that they didn't cast Danny DeVito as that Terran engineer.
Oh, Swan?
Yeah,
that
Swan, yeah.
Interesting, with the Brooklyn accent and all.
Either that or the guy who played Iago. I don't remember his name. We have a bunker here being built by SoRangae. It just needs some high ground vision, and it should be within range of the production buildings and the supply depots.
KJ is going to have to build maybe some extra supply depots.
I think so too. They're not in any immediate danger right now because Reapers do hit things very slowly. But yeah, in terms of defense,
as we discussed earlier, they do not have that building-only attack anymore.
Yeah, that'd be funny to see them flinging the grenades from a bunker.
I mean, I believe those do still do splash damage to buildings, but
they do, yeah.
Yeah, one of the things we weren't talking about, some of the abilities that don't damage buildings, like Psionic Storm or Liberation Zones. So yeah, there's just...
So yeah, like you mentioned, the first depot is burning down. I think the barracks is also fair game right now. The bunker isn't quite in position to defend the actual buildings being attacked right now. A siege tank is on the way, and as soon as the siege tank finishes, this will secure the defense for KJ, but not before some damage is done to his outer perimeter. That being said, a lot is invested into this attack, and KJ is ahead in tech at this point.
And no, for the record,
Oh yeah, and the Siege Tank sieges up and gets two very juicy shots right on those Reapers.
Just like that, alright. But no, Swan was not worth it. Alright, enough of that. Let's bring everyone in. We are done with Season 11 now. And what was our final score here?
It is 4-14 in favor of Special Tactics. Season 11 champions.
GG's, Special Tactics.
Yeah, KJ, very good at defending against Proxy Reaper. We learned that.
Well, I looked at his VOD, and so I saw
the
Proxy Reaper or the Proxy Marauder build or whatever. So then I knew. I was like, all right, I just gotta watch out for those and play safe. But I didn't actually completely play safe because I didn't want to commit until I see something. So
yeah, sure. Well, you didn't really end up having to commit game 2. Game 1, Liberator might not have gotten much done, but you were able to follow it up with a full attack on the natural. So, yep, very well done. SoRangae, nice Cyclone control. I mean, you definitely showed that. You were almost ready, just not quite.
Yeah. Kind of folded a little bit, but yeah, good games.
GG's.
All right.
Wait, so hold on. You were mentioned VODs. SoRangae, were you streaming your practice sessions?
No, I think probably just like all of the old FSL matches that I had played.
Okay.
The pre-patch ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's I think he's 4-1 or 5-1, and he beat he only lost one game to
Cranky.
But in all the games on the series, he would always do a 2 Reaper build, right? So I just need to get a faster factory and just hopefully micro well enough.
So, SoRangae, I think I heard this from other FSLers. You got to a very high rank on the Korean ladder, right? Playing a certain cheese, is that correct?
Yeah, with 2 Rax Reaper or 2 Barracks, just like 11-11 Marine.
With Beyond living there, you'd thought they would have gotten used to that by now.
No, it still works.
All right.
I have to try that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay. Yep. Maybe I'll do a little bit of that too. We will see, because I still have a lot of wins to get for those achievements. So proxies where I either win quickly or lose quickly, I'm all for it.
Yeah, that's the best way to achievement farm.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. Hey, so this is the end of Season 11. What do we have in store next? I know I wasn't quite sure if we're going to be doing a singles championship tournament or not. I don't think we've
we'll
discussed
do
that
sign
just
up
yet.
for that. I think that's a
Okay.
nice tradition we have. We should probably keep up with it.
Yeah.
Accommodate as many people as possible with the right rankings, and then do the individual championships. And then after that, we have the off season, in which we take a break from doing the regular season for a while until people get settled back into school and work after the summer break.
And we also just discuss whatever changes we might want to do to touch things up for next season.
Yeah, we got a review. So talk to your captains about what you want to change or what your suggestions are.
That's right, champions. Talk to me.
And then in between that, just to kind of keep us, used to doing something with FSL, we'll probably do some open matches Friday and Saturday for open sign up. So no more big commitments for the season. Just whenever you're available, people can hop in, and we'll
I think we were even looking for a tool for our bot Matheson to accept volunteers from the chat too.
Yeah, we have that already running. We tried that last week to see how it works.
And then everyone had Matheson blocked.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Is you block Matheson. Now we know we just got to make it public chat or whatever. But that's our plan, to keep us engaged.
There are exciting things going forward. Keep an eye on my work. I am going to be doing some sort of a combination of streams. Some of them are going to be sort of LAN style multiplayer stuff where we're all bunch of very interesting characters are all going to be on chat together, trying out a lot of very old Brood War and SC2 maps. Kind of a project I've been wanting to do for quite a while. Then I'm also going to be playing through all the campaign missions and doing sort of a podcast book club style thing after each session, just to kind of look back on everything and maybe even make some guesses on where the story might go when and if they add another game within the StarCraft universe. So yeah, keep an eye out for HyperTurtle, people. HyperTurtle SC on Twitch.
Yeah, and for anyone in the chat as well who's interested in participating, make sure to check out the FSL website. Apply if you're interested, and if you cannot make the commitment, tune in next time. Maybe you want to play a game here or there on stream. Maybe there's a player that you want to challenge, and yeah, you could play them. You could be playing them live on stream.
Join us. Join us. All right. Well,
that wraps up
again,
season 11.
Thank you to all my teammates. I wasn't planning to captain this time. I had to kind of step in midway through. You guys made it easy. You guys made it rewarding. You're special, each and every one of you. And thank you to everyone else who participated as well, especially PulledTheBoys, who are going to be the runner-ups this season.
Yeah. And shout out to both Angry Space Hairs and Psyop Gaming as well, coming in 4th and 3rd respectively this season. Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully we can keep the championship rotating so we don't have too much dominance.
Yep, and remember, even a 4-team competition, 4th isn't that shabby.
Yeah. There are some scary players on Angry Space Hairs.
Oh, there were. Those matches they lost were incredibly close. Hyper Leo or Nuke Turtle? I don't know. Ask us once we're playing Archon together. I don't believe in those kinds of names when you're just casting together. I mean, you're not even giving us the suggestion of Hyper Nuke. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we're gonna get out of here. I gotta do some other stuff and then take my daughter swimming. Thank you everyone who joined us today and throughout the season.
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. See you next time.
It's about time.
We are taking it up a notch.
Yeah.
That's the thing that they got you. So
It's up. Each team has 1 point. Oh, my slide. Oh,
10 workers still down.
Mine on the dash. I like the idea. That is a very saturated mineral line. Oh, but it hits the overlord.
Yes, I've been practicing with those for the last week.
He's got his medication on hand. Oh, but he gets surrounded.
Oh, and he question marks him.
Oh.
DM's his friend. I like it. It's always fun when you play your friend.
Does he have another blink? Very nice. Bruce does have enough to really take on this army. He just needs to blink on top of it. Finish off those cyclones.
Looks like he's mostly defensive looking. Oh, there we go.
There's a snipe. Very nice. Storm kills it.
He's gonna be it. GG's.
so
Great for the workers. Huge economic damage. 24 workers going down.
Oh no, that's a bad storm. That he walked through all the Protoss units got stormed there. Very few of the tanks.
They're going to be taking on the two-time world champion SirMalagant. He has come in with guns ablaze. That is currently 30 units. We have the GG. Oh boy. GG! Minnesota Warcraft, FSL team, manages to get a GG.
A very good try overall.
These didn't work. You know?
Oh, you're not. To a 2-0 victory over GG Izzy. GG's call.
We have the GG. Alright, cool.